In your last moments.
I always
Cthulhu, save
carry-
us!
I always carry Durin's instant wood flooring with me.
Alright, that's the last words of advice. Okay, let's get started. Picking up where we left off last session on level 3 of Undermountain, the Sargorth level. You guys had started to discover exactly how long you were enslaved by the Aboleth, long enough for the Drow to destroy the Legion of Azrok and completely take over level 3. You guys have traveled to Azrok's Hold, or what was Azrok's Hold, and you immediately were met with a force of Drow. You guys fought through the first guard outpost. However, a couple of Drow had escaped, and you started to rest in a nearby cavern. However, the Drow quickly used that time to form themselves a defensive position within Azrok's Hold, and you guys have just been fighting your way through legions of Drow and Quaggoth and all sorts. And we ended the session in the middle of that fight. So that is where we're going to be picking it up today. I'll just give everyone a quick recap of exactly what's going on with everything. So, first of all, we've got Scamp concentrating on Moonbeam. It's just over here. Brew, you went reckless with your last attack. That'll go away like straight away because you're first on this round, most likely. You're still raging, and you are restrained by a giant spider's web. Dagger, you have that unfortunate rune effect from Hallister, in which you cannot gain advantage on attack rolls. And Cass is up on the roof with rations, fighting some Quaggoth. This giant spider is also on the roof. Troglodytes are on the ground. And at the start of this next round, some more reinforcements have arrived. A Quaggoth crawls over the roof to the west of you all. A giant spider and some more Quaggoth come from the north on the roof of this building. And some more Drow approach down this street to the north here. Some of you may not be able to see, or most of you will not be able to see them, but you can definitely hear their footfalls. And let's see if I need to roll anything else in. I don't think so. All of these creatures, like grouped together, will just go on the same initiative count. Okay, we've got Quaggoth, we've got giant spider, and oh, do we have that goblin? We've got goblins as well on initiative count 8. Okay, so let's just get straight into it. Pick up where we left off halfway through this fight, and you're up first, Brew. Are you there? Can you hear us, Brew? You guys can hear me, right? We can't hear you.
Oh, you can.
You might want to try reconnect to the server or something.
Ping what you want to hit.
Alright. Make an attack roll on the web at disadvantage. Alrighty, you draw out a longsword and slash, 17 hits. And you cut yourself free. The web falls off around you to your feet. Okay. 20 hits. For another 9 points of damage, you slice the bugbear, slashing him across the chest, cutting him quite deep. He's very burly, very strong. slows him down slightly. His blood falls to the ground. You can't move through there. The bugbear, as you go to try to move there, the bugbear stands in your way and blocks your passage. Scamp.
I'm gonna move my moonbeam right here.
Okay, the moonbeam slides across the floor. It reaches like almost the ceiling, and you can see very faintly the forest of stalactites illuminated on the 30-foot high concave ceiling above you. The giant spider just starts to get melted by the moonbeam. Roland.
All right. Trying to do this without metagaming too much because I know that I wouldn't actually be able to see these dudes right here, right?
Oh, you could definitely hear them. You can hear them approaching the Quaggoth. They drive their claws into the roof of this building. They sort of make these grunts, and you can hear the skitters of a giant spider leg sort of crawling towards you, and you can see their looming shapes through the darkness.
They're technically a level above us, right?
Yep, they're 10 feet. They're on the roof. They're on the roof of that building. This little web icon with the 1 represents how high they are in elevation. For every 1, it's 10 feet.
Look at how I'm doing on spells. Damn, I hadn't used any. Could have swore I used some.
No. You've basically one fireball and a couple cantrips. In a racial.
Okay.
You got that Wonder Fireball saving a lot of spell slots, that's for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of the Wander Fireballs, let me get that Fireball template, please.
Sure.
Well,
The conductor taps his...
The show is about to start.
Lights up.
Put your cell phones away.
Every time, all I think is about Bugs Bunny and the Helga moments.
yeah. I don't know if I'd be able to hit like multiple like stories on that.
It depends on where you position it. There is a wall here, so you'd have to put it like above the roof, the way you've put it there.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'll explode quite a bit closer.
All right. Yeah, I'll put it like above the roof. Like I'll arc it to where it hits on top.
Okay.
And just a 3rd level fireball.
All right,
that's
you.
the one I've rolled yet. That's a lot of 2s.
All right, you throw a fireball up there, and it hits these Quaggoth and the giant spider without any cover. You hear their grunts and their sudden scuttling to try and avoid damage. 23 points of fire damage, DC 15 for the wand.
Oh yeah. Change that.
Alright, you see a quick flash of fire illuminate that area, and you can smell Quaggoth flesh burning as they roar. Ah! The fireball catches this giant spider, and it just incinerates it completely. And this bugbear next to Brew has 3/4 cover from the roof and the wall of the building. 22. He makes a save, and he gets a little bit of the edge of the fireball. This gout of flame erupts near him, singes him for 11 fire damage. And there is just smoke that just wafts up into the air. Smell of burning flesh, strong.
No bonus actions at this time. My turn.
Alright, giant spider's turn. The one that you just cast fireball on, it continues to crawl forward and remains perched on the ceiling of this building. And it's going to actually gonna crawl a little bit closer. And it's going to shoot web down at Brew. Actually, it's going to shoot web at Cass across from the other building, ceiling of the other building. 17 hits.
That'll be it.
Alright, the web hits you, Cass, sort of sticks you to the ground, anchoring you to the ceiling of that building. You become restrained. And the spider just ends its turn there. Dagger, you're up.
Yay. Okay, I am going to pull out my hand crossbow and shoot at this bugbear.
An 18 hits him. And he brings up his shield to block the attack, and the crossbow bolt just splits the shield in half, and the bolt sticks straight into his eye socket. The bugbear falls back onto the ground, dies.
Ah, nice shot.
Die, motherfuckers.
And that was the last time anyone ever saw Blarg alive.
Oh, he's named.
One of the
Last
Quaggoths
time.
yelled out, "No, Blarg! You'll pay for that!"
Oh, I'm
Look.
done.
The last thing he saw was his own bloody eyeball.
Okay, it's the Drow's turn. There's quite a few of them coming in from the north, and you can just still hear the war cries and the chants of many, many more trailing behind them. They start running in, hand crossbows in hand. Because it makes sense for them to be in their hands. If they come in with hand crossbow in foot, that would just be weird.
Or foot crossbow in hand.
Alright, all their movement is used running through this street to the north. And one of them, the closer one, is going to cast a spell. You've seen it many times before. He throws his hand up, and this bright glowing green blanket of fire starts to fall down as he casts Fairy Fire. And it'll hit Brew, Dagger, Nox, Roland, and Scamp.
Dex save, right?
Yep, everyone make a dexterity save in that area.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm definitely familiar with those hands. I'm sure I knew it was coming.
Yep, you can see the spell. You're aware of it, so you have advantage. Roland, it actually only catches you, and you're now highlighted bright green.
Alright.
Everyone else managed to dodge it.
You're in
And-
the spotlight, Roland.
When that
All
happens,
of them.
you become instantly a target, Roland, for Drow crossbow bolts.
Figured.
And 3 bolts fly over to you. Let me just check ranges. Alright, none of these are... Oh, yeah. All of these are going to be regular. Hand crossbows are limited range. 3 hand crossbow bolts. First
Well,
one,
it's not like I'm hard. Not like I'm hard to hit.
natural 1,
Oh.
it just disappears into the cavern. Second shot, 10, it hits the wall. Third shot, a 15.
That hits.
Even with cover, that hits you for 5 piercing damage. As soon as the bolt hits you, you can feel the poison start to enter your system. Make a Constitution save.
Yeah, that's not good.
All right, you become poisoned for 1 hour. You start to feel drowsy, but you resist falling unconscious. Even your pure elvish fey ancestry does not overcome the sleepy, the drowsiness. Couple of drow are actually just going to dash as well. and they sort of move around the sides of buildings for cover. Actually, let me see. Move up. Alright, that's it for the drow. Alright, Quaggoth's turn. Alright, the ones that you had cast Fireball on, Roland, they start crawling down the side of the building. One of them moves 10, 20. He's going to actually just run and dash, sort of clinging to the wall just above Scamp and Nox. Alright, this one moves up. This guy here. And we're going to do all their movement first. Another one moves up. He actually climbs down the building. And Quaggoth comes running in from the very back of the fight. Crawls over the building. One runs up to you, Cass. Alright. No one wears metal armor, do they?
Not that I'm aware of.
Alright, you guys are lucky.
I
then.
don't.
I think I do.
I'm basically naked.
Wait, can Quaggoth cast heat metal?
What are you wearing, Cass?
Breastplate?
Breastplate. Alright, your breastplate starts to glow red hot. And this
Holy
Quaggoth
shit.
casts heat metal on you, this guy here. Alright, immediately it starts to burn you and you will take fire damage. Not only that, you also have disadvantage on attack rolls. It's unavoidable unless his concentration is broken. Okay. You start to glow for 5 points of fire damage from your breastplate. And then it's just like a quick... If you're resistant, then you take 2. It's just like a very quick explosion, a glow. It doesn't remain glowing the entire time. It's a very quick thing that happens there. And
that, can I rebuke that?
I think so. I think Hellish Rebuke is just if a creature damages you, right?
I think so.
Hellish Rebuke. Reaction. Yep. You sure can. Alright. You point your finger at the Quaggoth. A little whirlwind of fire wraps around him.
DC 15.
Alright, he dodges and takes 7 fire damage. And he maintains concentration on the spell. Alright, some Quaggoth are actually going to dash with their actions. And that just leaves 2 more. Just going to move the spiritual weapon a little bit. Hiding the Quaggoth. Alright, the ones next to you, Cass. They are a bit smaller than the other Quaggoth. They walk on all 4s, hunched over. They look like runts, but they still have sharp claws, and both of them attack you at advantage. The first one swings, 20. It hits for 6 slashing damage. Second claw attack, 13 is a miss. And then the next one, it slashes, hitting you for 6 points of damage. And another claw attack comes in, hitting you for 5 slashing damage. That's it for the Quaggoth. Alright, there is one cheeky goblin hiding around the corner here. Moves 20 feet. He's armed with a short bow. He sort of does like a run by short bow attack. As he runs by, he's going to just take a shot at Brew. And the arrow misses. He keeps on running by.
Cheeky goblin.
And that's it for the goblins. Cass.
Alright, can I reach dagger from where I'm at?
No. You are
Okay, then
a bit too far away for that.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and twin a healing word on her and myself. You get the first one, dagger.
Thank you.
Alright, this little green wind quickly wisps around Dagger and yourself, healing some of your wounds.
Fix my spell slots in a second. My spiritual weapon is going to fly 20 feet and attack this guy over here. The one that's concentrating.
Okay, you're at disadvantage because of being restrained, but you still hit. And for the heat metal, 24 hits. The Shadow Glaive slams into the Quaggoth for 6 force damage. The Quaggoth is sort of thrown back, and immediately that spell drops. Nox.
All right. So many options, so little time. I am actually going to. Shit.
Probably not the right time for that, Nox.
Yeah, no. I mean, good thing I wore my brown pants.
Just drop
And
trail.
definitely not right next to me.
Roll one's just
Hold on a minute.
Oh.
Roland's already poisoned,
Nox-
so.
I'm going to, because the Quaggoths are still like 10 feet above me, right? They're on
Yep.
like the roof. All right. I'm gonna throw a shatter like right in front of this spider to hit the spider and the 2 Quaggoths and possibly this Quaggoth here. I don't know, reach wise, I don't know how that's gonna affect because of the building and XYZ. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Alright, you
Hopefully.
where do you want to center the shadow? If you if it hits this Quaggoth, it'll most likely hit Brew as well. If it hits this guy, it could easily just hit the giant spider and these 2. You just throw it up above them. Actually,
Is it 10 or 15?
It's a 10-foot radius.
So if I center it there, I can hit that Quaggoth, those 2 Quaggoth, and the giant spider, correct?
Yeah.
And it would just miss that.
Yeah.
We'll do that, and then I'm gonna follow that. So that's a shatter at the standard 2nd level, and I will quicken spell a firebolt.
Just one thing at a time.
All right, so shatter first. Oh
right.
no, shit. Sorry. There we go.
All right,
Sorry
you
about
throw a shatter up there, DC 16, and some rocks are sort of just exploded from the column of rock in the center of the cavern. It's 21 points of thunder damage. Quite a loud explosion. It causes the area around you to shudder. Some loose bricks in the ceiling just collapse, and some of the wall also is completely destroyed. And the giant spider is just ripped apart. Legs just go flying through the air. That also happens to one of the Quaggoth as well. He is just completely destroyed from that shatter. The other 2 Quaggoth are still clinging on, and they roar and they go into an absolute rage.
All right, I will quicken spell essentially that would have been the quickest spell, but I'll firebolt the one directly in front of me that's really hurt. So.
All right, 23 hits him, and it just causes him to slip from the wall here. He loses grip and falls onto the ground in a smoldering pile. Okay, next. Oh wait, we got Ration's turn. Alright, Ration's up here on the roof. He's gonna just start clawing at this. Wait, where's the troglodytes? It looks like. I think these troglodytes are just gonna run. Just presuming these troglodytes ran this round already. They don't want to fight.
Cowards.
It's too much for him.
Alright, Rations is going to just claw at the Quaggoth, like here.
It's probably Brew's fragrant musk.
See Ration sort of standing up on the roof. Rawr! And he slashes a deep wound on the Quaggoth for 14 damage, lunges forward, and he bites the Quaggoth for another 11 damage as they wrestle. on the roof. Alright, next round. Say a couple more drow come from the north. 2 more. They run in. Near many more behind them. And from behind you guys to the south, there are 3 goblins. One of them is very big compared to a regular sized goblin. They call out to you guys. Yo, hey, hey! Armed with short bows. They threaten to shoot. Brew.
Right. Am I able to reach this guy to my weapon?
No, not the ones
with
on
a
the
longsword.
ceiling. Not unless you have reach. Or like super long arms.
He's built like a gorilla, but not quite to that extent. I'll go ahead and swing a longsword at the one.
A 12 is a miss. The Quaggoth has a very tough hide and the longsword bounces off of it.
Right. Straighten my stance and swing again.
17 hits. And you slash for 20 points of damage. It's stab straight into the Quaggoth and it seems to almost enjoy it. It sneers at you and it just starts to scream. Its roars echo throughout the cavern as it goes into a rage.
Hey, that's my bit. Alright.
Scamp.
I would like to I'm gonna bonus action hidden step and move over here. Is it a movement to try and climb up onto this roof?
Yep, you'll need to make an athletics check. And it will cost you 20 feet. You'd have
I
to
wouldn't
dash.
have 20 left.
Yeah, you could get halfway up or most of the way up.
I will attempt to climb up as much as I can
Okay. The,
without having to dash.
The rough brickwork is provides sort of handholds and footholds for you, and you get like halfway up, almost like you can peer over the top of the roof from where you are.
Then I'm just gonna move Moonbeam. Right there.
Rolling.
All right. Let's. And these goblins look like they're getting ready to fire upon us.
Yeah, they've got short bows out.
All right. Roland is going to have faith in the moonbeam. So he'll raise the wand of fireballs, and then be like, wait a minute, I don't need to use not on these. And I'm just going to use a second level shatter. I'm presuming I can hit them all without using the template there.
Easily.
Yeah. What a shitty shatter.
Whoa.
I can't believe it.
Alright. Something goes horribly wrong with your shatter and it's just like just makes a little sound.
It's jealous because I keep using the wand of fireballs.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
It kicks up a little bit of dust.
Wow.
Never make your spells jealous of other spells.
The goblins still seem like equally frightened, like you're about to unleash something.
Fail.
They brace, and it injures the 2 smaller goblins quite badly. But the goblin boss sort of puffs his chest out, and like points at you, Roland.
Damn, that upsets me. They all failed too. So, man, that's a really wide range of rolls. What'd you get on yours? A 24? Nox?
Yeah, something like that.
The
Oh,
shatter just gives you the silent treatment, Roland.
it'd be that way then.
Wonder Fireballs whispers to you, "Don't worry, Roland, I still love you."
Alright, I am gonna
Escape.
move back to where I was. And, I'm actually gonna... I'm gonna go prone.
Okay, you duck here, kneeling for cover.
Banking on the chance that the goblins won't run up and hit me with their swords. That's it.
Dagger.
Okay, I am crossbow to that guy. See if we can get rid of somebody.
24 is a hit. And you put a bolt straight through his head. Why? Snaps him out of his rage into death.
Another good shot.
Thank you.
Anything else, Dagger?
I'm trying to. Nah, that's it.
Alright, we've got 3 drow starting their turn in the moonbeam. You hear them sort of shriek, "Ah! Ah!" as it's just melting them.
That is 2 10s.
It just glows so brightly, and you see drow literally dissolving in front of you. And it just melts all 3 drow completely. The other ones start like yelling, creates quite a bit of havoc.
I'm invisible again because I've done damage.
All right, you become visible. And
Love how one of them had a name apparently.
Dagger just looks over like, Scamp just looks over, just like crawling on the wall here, like invisibly, and then just becomes visible. Perfect target. A couple of rocks fall down. One of them like drops on Roland's head, and the drow.
Sorry, Roland.
They start pointing up at you, Scamp. One of them throws his hand forward, and he's gonna put a fairy fire back here, so it hits Dagger, Nox, Scamp, and Roland. This guy does that. Each of you make dexterity saves. Actually, what is the range of fairy fire? I think it's 60. I should probably double check that.
Since I'm already fairy fired, would I be
No.
subjected to the other one as well?
Oh no, you don't need to make it. Alright. He hits you with a violet glowing light, and Scamp, Dagger, you both start glowing. Nox, make a dexterity save. He gets all of you.
Man.
Right, he runs back as well when that happens. You hear him chuckling, Toristadel. Pulls something out in Elvish saying, "I've got them. Shoot now." And then 2 drow attack. They both fire at Dagger. Actually, no, they both fire at Scamp. One of them, first one will be from this guy. You'll have advantage. Second one will be a regular attack. First crossbow bolt with advantage. 15 is a miss.
No.
Second crossbow bolt. An 18 hits. It hits you for 8 piercing damage, and you'll need to make a constitution save against poison. Alright, you maintain concentration on the spell and you easily resist the drow poison. That's it for the drow. One of them, a couple of them actually get cover. They run into buildings or down the street. The other one, he slides up the moonbeam, and after seeing what happened to his allies, he doesn't want to run through it. Quaggoth's turn. We've got 3 Quaggoth. 2 are on the roof with Cass. One of them is up here. The one on the roof next to you, Nox, drops down easily, just sort of leaps and just drives his claws into the wall and slides down, then breaks away and falls on the ground next to you, sort of lurching up on his hind legs. And these other 2 Quaggoth near you, Cass, attack. The first one attacks Rations, clawing back at him. He's slashed once, and he slashed twice for 14 points of damage. The other runt Quaggoth attacks Cass with advantage. An 18 hits for 6 slashing damage.
Gonna hellish rebuke that.
Okay. Alright, you sheath him in fire, and he's going to try and dodge that. And he managed to just take 8 fire damage. He's very badly injured, and he starts to roar, but he doesn't have that same sort of rage within him that sends him into a frenzy. He attacks again and hits you for 6 slashing damage. This Quaggoth snarls at you, Nox and Roland, and it leaps both claws forward. First attack will be on Nox with advantage. It's a crit. It drives the claw into you for 8 slashing damage. It doesn't move you though, Nox. And then the other claw will be on Roland. 19. He slashes you for 4 points of damage. That's it for the Quaggoth. So what were you saying before, Brew?
Oh, that we need to buy Rations some bard. That's all. That boy needs an armor class. That bear.
Okay, Goblin's turn. Alright, Glooby, coming in from the north, pokes his head around the corner. Me got you! Points at you, Brew, and fires his short bow. It hits for 3 piercing damage. He just does a run by attack. And to the south, the goblins move up. They see a glowing scamp. Both of them let loose arrows from their short bows at advantage. First attack, 20 hits for 4 piercing damage. The force of that knocks away the moonbeam. Second shot, the arrow whizzes into the roof of the cavern, going hundreds of feet away. Then the goblins, they both run around the corner. The big goblin, he sort of jumps up and down. He comes around the corner. Hurrah! Kill that one! Points at Scamp, and he uses his short bow as well to attack you, Scamp. An 18 hits you for 3 piercing damage. Goblin boss also moves out of the way, ducking back around the corner. Cass.
Alright, I'm going to reach over and lay my hand on Ration's flank and twin a cure wounds on himself and me. You got this, big guy. I'm gonna cast it with a warlock spell slot.
Oh, it feels tasty! Alright.
First one is on him, second one's on me.
Alright, the claw marks from the Quaggoth, they start to close, and Rations lets out a roar and he's completely restored. heal yourself for 11.
And I'll restore my spell slots in a second. I'll swing my spiritual weapon over here and attack the Quaggoth that's right in front of me.
16 hits. And the spiritual glaive goes straight through the Quaggoth's back and then rips him away from the roof. The Quaggoth falls back, lands on the ground, a loud crunch. Nox.
I'm gonna try a quick shocking grasp the Quaggoth to my right.
An 18 hits him. Alright, you grab him and he is just exploded. He's lifted up off the ground. He hits the back of the cavern wall and just falls onto the ground in a slump.
Oh,
Nice.
all right. I will then moving past. Can I squeeze past Brew? Is that allowed?
Yeah, you can go through your allies. It's difficult terrain. So every square
Alright,
costs you
that's
2.
5, 10, 15 to there. And I'll use my last 15. That's 5, 10, 15, just so I'm out of target space.
Okay. Alright, Rations is going to make his 2 attacks on the Quaggoth. He bites onto the Quaggoth and rips his claws in for 19 points of damage. Quaggoth is almost dead. Next round. Got a few more reinforcements coming. Some more drow. 4 more come from the north. Running in with hand crossbows drawn. You can hear more still behind them. To the south, 2 drow. Make their presence known. Looks like they're getting into a flanking position. You can also hear these to the north. So much noise going on in this cavern. There's this distant echo. Sounds like more zombies are coming too. They got to be at least 100 feet away though. Alright, Brew, you're up.
Right. Okay then. I think for the moment I will run up here. Yeah. And I will take the dodge action.
Okay. You hold up your shield in a defensive position.
Longsword at the ready.
Okay.
Alright.
Does that end your turn? Scamp.
So, I have a question, because I don't actually know the answer. If I cast Dispel Magic, and the magical effect I choose to dispel is Fairy Fire, will it dispel it from everybody, or just one person?
It'll just dispel it on that person. It only does if you cast it on a creature, it'll only do them. Only do that one person.
Alright, and in that
But
case,
then every spell affecting them will be dispelled.
Okay. I'm going to continue to try and get onto this roof area.
Alright, you don't need to make another athletics check. You can just easily get back up the top there with 5 feet of movement.
Then step back a little bit, and I want to produce flame at the web on Cass.
Okay. It just burns all that web to the ground.
Oh, you are my hero.
I'm gonna step back a bit and try and. Oh, my light. I forgot about that.
It's quite dark here now.
Try and step away from the edge to potentially give myself cover from things shooting from the ground.
Yeah, you've got good cover there. You can't even see the goblins anymore. In fact, there's not much you can actually see, except for looking to the north. You see like about 20 or 30 figures moving towards you. Roland, you're up.
Alright, I'll stand up. It's 15 feet. So I can see Cass.
Yeah, you can see him
He's
easily.
kind of on the edge.
Yeah.
Alright.
He likes to live life on the edge.
But the webs aren't completely gone.
They are. Yeah, they got burnt away. I forgot to take off the marker. They're vulnerable to fire damage, so when that produced flame hit them, they just fell away.
Alright. Move there, and I'm gonna presume that I have a line of. I want to. I can't see Scamp though, unfortunately, but I should be able to see Ration because he's pretty big.
Yeah, you see his big back sticking up from the roof.
I want to use
He
my
looks
bonus
over at you
action.
with a quaggoth hanging out of his mouth.
I'm going to use my bonus action to play a power chord, Mantle of Inspiration, for all of my allies that I can see.
Alright, that'll be Dagger, Cass, Brew, herself, and Nox. 8 temporary hit points?
Yeah, it unfortunately doesn't apply to myself, but...
Okay. Alright, I'll just see who's going to move. Brew, do you want to move?
I'm actually going to stay there. See what happens there.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk down the wall here to the south. I'll take an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Do you provoke with that one, Roland?
You don't provoke with this movement.
Oh.
Nice.
Alright, do you want to be like on the floor here, Cass, or still half on the wall?
Half on the wall's fine.
Okay. 5
Just
feet
enough that I
up
could-
the wall.
Just enough that I could block movement if I had to.
Oh,
You'll need to be on the floor
Actually-
to block movement.
Floor's fine.
Okay.
actually, I think I would move if it's not too late.
Yep, you can move.
Yeah, and get up close and personal with
Okay.
these guys.
Nox, Dagger, either of you guys want to move?
I'm gonna move here so I can see what those guys. Can I see this guy from where I'm at?
A bit. Yeah, it'd be like 3/4 cover.
I'll leave that to Eats. I'll stay here.
Okay. Alrighty. That's your bonus action, Roland.
My bonus actions always take so long. Alright, I've kind of... If Cass was still on the roof, I almost feel like he'd be like Jean-Claude Van Damme in it, you know? Doing the splits between two things of walls. Let's see, but I'm not gonna move anymore. I only had 10 more feet of movement. I think I'll back up. So I'm kind of in this corner here. And then I will, with my action, viciously mock the Quaggoth that's on the roof.
Okay.
Oh, oh no. My gift went away because when I leveled up, I used the character.
Alright, the Quaggoth, he just sort of, as Rations turns his head towards you with the Quaggoth in his mouth, you send out that magical insult, it just hits the Quaggoth and pff, he goes limp in Ration's mouth.
Nice. And that is my turn.
Dagger,
just need to figure out something real quick. There. I am going to shoot this guy.
An 8 is a miss. It just hits the drow's chain shirt, bounces to the ground. Alright, it's the drow's turn. Okay, one of them is going to move near you, Cass, and he's going to actually engage you in melee. Runs up, jabs at you with his short sword. You block the attack. As that happens, another drow sneers at you and fires with his hand crossbow. It hits for 7 points of piercing damage, and you start to feel the drow poison. Make a constitution save.
Ooh.
Shit.
That's not good. You start to feel very dizzy immediately, and you blank out. You fall onto the ground unconscious. Someone can use their action to shake you awake, or if you take damage, you will be awakened. Drow then moves back around the corner. Alright, Brew, near you, you've got 6 drow. One of them will come around the corner and fire at you. Disadvantage. An 8 misses. Bounces off your shield. The drow skirt around you, and as they sort of surround you, one of them tries to grab you. Make an athletics check. Alright, you just move your back into him and almost knock him to the ground. As that happens, next one lunges. Natural one is a miss. Another one lunges at you. That's a miss. And the other two, they attack you with short swords as well. You just swing the shield around, just deflect all of the attacks. Two more drow move, and they find Dagger and Nox around the corner, and they start firing crossbows. First one will be at Nox, and a 19 is a hit.
Yep.
It hits you for 7 points of piercing damage, and you need to make a con save against drow poison. You resist easily, and then this next crossbow bolt is on Dagger. A 13 is a miss. That's it for the drow. Alright, the goblins. One of them does a run by attack to the north. Glooby gets a shot at you, Roland. 16. It hits you for 5 piercing. And wait, when you're unconscious, Cass, the goblins take their these goblins are pretty badly hurt. They start to sort of, none of you guys really see what's happening. You hear a little bit of bickering between goblins, and they're arguing, yelling. And you just hear like tiny footsteps jumping up and down. Roland, it sounds like they're trying to climb onto the roof. And they just end there. They don't do anything else. The goblin boss is going to run forward and dash through, run past you, Cass. See Roland around the corner and move right up to here.
Please don't.
Alright, Cash, you were just unconscious. The drow poison is too much to resist. You're having a nice nap. Nox.
Alright, I am going to step forward. Before I do this, I want to ask an action economy question. Am I allowed to twin a spell and then quicken a spell? Can I do both?
I think so. As long as yeah, you can twin a cantrip.
Right, twin a cantrip and then bonus. Yeah, twin a cantrip and then bonus action
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to twin a Shocking Grasp at these two drow in front of me.
Alright, you have advantage. They're wearing chain shirts.
Okay.
Alright, 19 and 19 both hit. Alright, you hit this drow, you hit both of them, you grab them and they're just thrown back. You actually like melt their chain shirts and they catch on fire, killing them both instantly. And it knocks off the fairy fire around you, Nox.
Cool beans. And I'm going to lightning bolt the three straight in front of me.
Okay. Alrighty, you send a lightning bolt screeching down that hallway, and the first drow tries to dodge out of the way. His eyes light up. It cuts straight through him, and the next two drow have half cover, but it doesn't help them none. And you just cut a flaming line straight down that street, killing all three drow instantly.
Cool story, bro.
Wow. Pretty.
Lightning is still just crackling, reverberating. You can hear like these bounding crackles just echoing repeatedly throughout the entire cavern.
I just like call down, "You good, bro?"
Great day for a fight, brother.
Rations turns to you. Oh, hey, Scampy! You want this?
Go. No, go get the goblins.
He drops the dead Quaggoth at your feet. Okay! And he runs. And he crawls down the wall. Gonna have to dash. He dashes down here. And just roars. The goblins scream. Uh-oh! And then he looks over to the east. It's at the start of this round. There are more drow coming. Including one gunslinger.
Uh-oh.
And on this roof, above Roland and the goblin here, let me remove dynamic lighting, a Quaggoth has crawled onto the roof. And to the north, Brew, there are 5 drow and a Quaggoth bounding towards you.
Grand.
And here are.
Brew is still cackling from seeing the lightning bolt, and the drow beside him, he just looks at him and says, having a good day. And I'll swing at the one to my south.
Okay, also just before that, just to answer your question, yeah, that violet fairy fire is gone actually. I forgot to take it off Dagger and Scamp. Alright, you slice through that drow, cutting him down with a single sweep.
And then the one to the north.
And it's a crit. You just like stick the longsword into him, like lift him up off his feet and just almost like slice him in half.
Grand.
He just sort of lets out this blood-curdling scream. Ah!
That should do for now.
Scamp.
we're gonna very carefully, tiptoe over this way. Oh no. That's not gonna work. I am actually going to use my action to cast Dark Vision on myself.
Okay. Immediately, you see a whole lot more. You see the drow moving into the southeast. You see the ceiling above you.
Alright, I'll step back again, and I'm gonna lay prone on
Okay.
the ground up here.
Alright, you drop onto the roof. Roland.
Okay. This might hurt, but I'm gonna run up to Cass.
This goblin takes a sort of bit of a spinning swing at you with a scimitar.
Aha!
He misses.
And I'll use my action to shake Cass awake.
Okay.
Friend, not the time to be sleeping. I know that's not your fault, so. And then I'll turn back around.
Cass has got like a pillow out. He hides it.
I pulled a pillow out of his pack. I'm going to use my Mantle of Majesty and use my bonus action to cast command. And I will cast on this goblin here.
Okay.
And I'll tell him to grovel. Aha.
Alright, he drops to his knees. Well, he will on his turn. And he'll grovel there.
And then I can concentrate on doing the commands for bonus actions for a minute. I'll use my last 10 feet to start moving away.
As you move up, the goblin's eyes sort of widen, and almost as if he's just like astounded by you. Like kneeling to you.
Roland kind of preens a little bit. He likes the attention.
Dagger.
Okay, 15. Right. More. I'm gonna hand crossbow this drow.
You the drow's head just explodes like a watermelon.
I'm glad he didn't even ask you to roll damage. That's funny.
You hear
37.
you hear Dagger kind of whisper, shout, "He's my friend." And I'll come over here.
Oh man, Rations might be in trouble.
Alright, the drow's
A little
turn.
bit.
Okay.
I feel kind of bad for sending my bear to his death.
Alright, drow start to move near you, Brew, coming from the north. And 2 of them are going to put Fairy Fire on you and Glooby. Make a dexterity save ×2.
Look out, Glooby!
Glooby tries to dodge. But the second one catches him. And Brew, you dodge both Fairy Fires. And the Drows just sort of smirk at each other. And they don't drop concentration, they just leave Glooby to be illuminated. Speaking in Elvish. He's highlighted bright pink. And then the other 3 Drow line up and fire crossbows at you, Brew. First shot.
Gron.
First attack is a crit. Sticks into you for 5 piercing damage. Make a con save against poison. You easily resist the poison. The second shot. It hits for 2 piercing damage. Make another con save. Alright, this time you're not able to resist the poison. You don't fall asleep, but you do become poisoned.
You know what? I'm gonna burn. Oh no, I don't have nothing to burn. Sorry, never mind. Oh yes, I do. Wait, I have this. I do have this.
The zealot
Can I
thing?
use that?
Oh, fanatical focus.
Can I use that?
Yeah, you haven't used it yet.
Yeah, cool. I just remembered I had it. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Okay.
Alright, you don't focus enough. You sort of liken it to being drunk, so you're like, ooh, this is good. And then the Drow scowl at you with a menacing look. The next one takes his crossbow and fires at you. 11 is a miss. To the south, Drow, they start to sort of pan out, forming a firing line. And they riddle rations with crossbow bolts. 4 crossbow bolts. And he's hit by 3 of them for 16 points of damage. And he starts to make con saves against the poison.
Tranquilized bear.
I guess the first one he sort of falls asleep, but then the next shot sort of wakes him up. And then he just sort of stays awake. He basically is in so much pain that he's not going to fall asleep. Bolts just sticking out of him. Okay. Oh, I just realized why did it skip the gunslinger? I'm going to just group the gunslinger's turn with the other drow because it was supposed to actually go first. Alright, then the gunslinger is going to sort of roll in, buckler in hand, a flintlock pistol in the other. Sort of ignores rations, looks down this hallway and fires at Roland. No disadvantage. Shoots a poisonous hit. 22 hits you for 18 points of damage, Roland. You just feel these pellets just riddle you, causing excruciating pain. Gunslinger ends its turn there. That's it for the drow. Alright, the goblin's turn. The Glooby on you, Brew. He slashes at you, jumps up with his scimitar, drawing it. He slashes you for 1 point of damage. And then he takes a disengage action with a bonus action. And then he just screams and runs. Ah! Runs away from you.
Oh, he's cute.
Alright, these goblins on you, Cass, they sort of run in and out, disengaging and attacking. They both take a melee attack on you. Disengage is a bonus action, sort of running in one after another. Running, sort of trying to get like over you and like away from rations. One of them slashes you for 5 points of damage with a 21, and then the next goblin slashes you for 7 points of damage, and then actually try to like run past you, Cass. Do you stop them or allow them?
Oh, I would stop him.
You just sort of kick them back from the ground there. And that... I just realized I took the Quaggoth off the turn order as well. I gotta roll him in. There's one Quaggoth. He's going to go on initiative count 8 as well. He'll go next. Alright, that's it for the Goblin's turn. This Quaggoth up on the roof, it crawls down and like jumps on Dagger, attacking with both of its claws. An 18 hits for 7 slashing damage. Second claw attack, it hits for 4 slashing damage. And the Quaggoth ends its turn on the ground there with you, Dagger. There's only one Quaggoth. Oh no, there's one to the north here. This one dashes, he sort of crawls around and confronts you, Brew and Melee. Alright, Goblin boss, he grovels, falls to his knees. And Cass.
Alright, Fairy Fire is technically a light effect, not a fire effect, right?
It's both. Darkness dispels Fairy Fire.
Okay, that's good, because I'm casting Darkness.
Alrighty. On yourself?
On myself, on the token around my neck, yeah.
Okay. Shroud of Darkness encases you. A 15-foot radius. And the Fairy Fire around Roland, it just is instantly dispelled.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah, then I'll keep him in the darkness for now until his turn. But my
I presume you're
weapon will
standing up as well for 15 feet.
Yeah, I'll stand up, and then my spiritual weapon will go after that Quaggoth.
Him, you don't have a line of sight. There's a big wall there.
I do now.
Okay. Alright, you have advantage. $19 hits. And the spiritual weapon stabs into him for 10 points of force damage.
And that'll do me.
Nox.
All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Looking ahead, seeing all these drow in front of me, I point my runic iron rod at them and say, "Fuck all you motherfuckers!" And I'm going to cast Shatter at a 3rd level because I'm out of 2nd level spell slots.
Alrighty. So you do more than 4 points of damage.
I know, Jesus.
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
I'd say that's a little more than 4.
21 points. Another massive explosion. Some of these buildings are just starting to crumble away. The floor is cracked and drow pieces just go flying through the air. You actually kill all 5 drow instantly and badly into the Quaggoth. The Fairy Fire also drops on Glooby. Not that that helps you guys out much.
I will move to here just to
Come be an enemy so I can get my sneak attack roll.
We'll talk about that. I'm doing some of my best work here. What are you talking about? I will though. You know what? Actually, so I was. Stop that. I was there. Seeing most of those drow disappear. I can't see anything else physically come down the hallway. I will actually run into here because my friend Roland needs help. 5, 10, 15. Oh fuck it! I'll just go the full 20. I can be in the same space as the spiritual weapon, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll go there. That works.
Alright, Rations just roars, "You hurt my friends!" And he just runs at these drows fearlessly. Ah! Just slashes his claws through one of their necks. Alright, next round. We've got another drow brigade. 4 more coming in from the north. One of them looks like a commander. Ranagax or Vrenda. And to the south, another 5 drow.
Oh, Rations, you should have ran.
He just yells out, "Mommy!" Brew.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the dash action and grab 80 feet of movement, and I don't mind provoking from this wee crit attack.
Alright, as you move away, the Quaggoth is going to lunge, try and claw, and he misses.
Oh, sorry, I didn't have my mic on. I think I'm at 50. Pardon me, brother, as I come trundling through rolling. Or would that be the 55, I think? Oh, no,
Yeah,
50.
55.
And
55 is right.
55?
Yeah.
And then another 10 to get through here.
As you run into the darkness, you just like bounce off a goblin, almost trampling him.
Okay, and I think that's going to be all I...
Scamp.
I am going to, if I move like army crawl 3 south, would I be able to see Rations? Or would darkness plus me being away from the edge?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to see him. You would need to, yeah, get a bit closer. I guess you could see him slightly. You could just see him enough. Just. You wouldn't be in the
It's okay.
darkness, so.
For this turn, I'll just army crawl up a little bit to get out of the darkness, and I want to place a 3rd level moonbeam right here, maybe.
Okay,
Let me
Scamp's like a
persistence real quick.
Scamp's like a sniper.
Moonbeam sniper.
120 foot range. We're good.
All right, where is Moonbeam? Oh, might have to actually type the name of the spell. It might help. I typed in Scamp when I was searching for the spell.
I mean, we're practically the same thing at this point.
Exactly. Alrighty, you just cause this churning column of light, start melting these drow.
And then I'll army crawl 1 back down into the darkness.
Roland.
Unfortunately, I have to be able to see to do the command, I think. Oh, okay, that's not bad. I'll use 10 foot of movement to pop out of the darkness. And I'm going to command commander to. That's my bonus action.
Which command, sorry?
Grovel.
Ruffle, okay. 13. It's a failure. He falls to his knees.
Alright. I can't do anything with. Okay, so I'm poisoned, so I would have disadvantage on trying to get up this wall, right?
Yeah. Coughing and
but
reeling.
It
For a
would be
week.
part of my movement, though.
It would cost 20 feet to get on the roof.
Okay,
Body movement.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to do that.
Alright, you just leap onto the wall roll and just clamber straight up there.
It's adrenaline.
yeah, for sure. And then I want to use the dash action to move a little more there. Like once I'm up on the wall. I'd be in the darkness there, right?
No, because it doesn't go through walls. There's no darkness on it. No darkness getting the roof unless Cass moves up. Like up, like up the wall.
It does go around corners.
Oh,
so
does
that-
it?
There
Okay.
it should work. Yeah.
If it goes around corners, then yes, it does. It sort of lips around that roof and.
Okay, because if I need to be like at the edge of the roof to be in the darkness, I'll be there.
It reaches there. It doesn't get scammed though. Dagger.
Okay. Attacking with my rapier. The Squagga.
Alright, the
And the
Quaggoth
same.
actually predicts your movement as if it can see without actually having to see. So your attack is at disadvantage. And a 10 misses, you lunge into the darkness.
And that's all.
Okay. Drow's turn. Gonna do some movement. They start dashing in. Some Drow engage in melee. Oh wait, no they don't. First they make con saves.
They die from the moonbeam.
Okay. Two of them are melted instantly. One of them is very badly burnt, and that would be the one that dashed forward, taking 9 points of damage. The other two were just melted away. Alright, the commander goes on his own initiative, so he won't get affected yet. And you guys hear a door open somewhere to the north, and then Drow to the south. Alright, Rations is going to get absolutely swamped here, unfortunately. Drow start moving and forward and jumping on him, stabbing him with their short swords. He does his best to try to defend himself. He is hit for 18 points of damage and he falls onto the ground. Takes too many stabs. The gunslinger is going to take a shot at you, Brew.
Bring it.
Here's you bounding forward and takes a shot into that darkness. And you just hear the wall just get slammed by pistol pellets. And then some more Drow. Run forward. Start lining up here, running past an unconscious Rations. And they start unleashing their crossbow bolts at you, Brew. 4 crossbow bolts. Poof. First one hits you for 1 piercing damage, and you can make a con save against poison. Shrug off the poison. I mean, you're already poisoned. You don't fall unconscious. 7 misses. 17 misses. And a 21 is going to miss you. Oh no. Oh yes,
So
sorry. That actually should miss you because of cover. I forgot the cover brew. So just ignore both of those attacks. You have to give yourself back that 1 hit point.
Okay.
And that's it for the drow. Gunslinger is going to move actually. Alright, so Goblin's turn. And we've got Goblin movement. Alright, the Goblin on you, Brew. And the one right next to you just slashes. He misses, and then he like runs away. He actually provokes from you, Cass, with your glaive.
Oh, let me find that button. 1 second. I never use my glaive.
And 18 hits. Alright, when you hit that goblin, you just drive the glaive straight through his chest, and he just slides across the ground, full of blood. Next goblin, sort of his goblin companion gets shredded by something. So he fires at that sound at disadvantage, which is you, Cass. And the arrow just goes like upwards randomly. And the goblins end their turn there. Though you see something truly disturbing, Cass. The goblin's body starts shaking and quivering wildly.
Oh man.
And
crap.
his back bursts open. And through his skull, out through his back bursts an intellect devourer.
No, no, not allowed.
PTSD, Brew?
Squish it. Squish it. Squish it. Squish it.
And it joins the initiative order. So what's going on with this intellect devourer? Okay. Let me just fix something up with this token. It goes on 10. Not this round, luckily. Just gotta quickly do something else. Okay. Fix that up in the turn order. Convenient, it's already in the right place. Alright, looks like Xanathar have infiltrated the drow. Alright, the goblin boss jumps to his feet and he desperately calls out in goblinoid, and he doesn't like being where he is. He's going to just slash at Nox twice with his scimitar. He hits you once for 4 slashing.
Fuck me.
And he attacks you again, and it's a crit. He drives that scimitar right into you for 12 slashing damage. And then he runs away.
Isn't he blind there by the darkness?
Yeah. And
Oh, never mind. You're right.
Nox can't see in darkness either. And the goblin boss just breaks away and he runs over here. And he calls out, "Gloomy! Gloomy! Gloomy!" inside the building.
Would I not get an attack of opportunity at disadvantage because he ran away?
You're in the darkness, but even then, he can just disengage as a bonus action anyway.
Oh, okay.
Alright, Quaggoth. We've got 2 Quaggoth. We're going to start off with the one north. It's going to... they're quite slow, these runts. It takes a dash action and runs straight up to Scamp on the roof. And then the other little Quaggoth is going to attack you, Dagger, and it has advantage because it has blind sight. Can sort of easily fight in the darkness. Alright, hits you once for 6 slashing damage. He claws at you again, and a 12 is a miss. That's it for the Quaggoth. You can still hear these groans from zombies. It sounds like they're going to be here pretty soon. You won't be able to uncanny dodge because you can't see the attack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Does not work in darkness, I'm afraid. The Quaggoth is going to actually just move a little bit there and end his turn. Cass.
Damn, I wanted to go that way. Alright, 10 feet to get up onto the roof here.
Yeah.
My spiritual weapon will actually come up here on the rooftop. I think Dagger probably has the ground level taken care of, and I want to get out of the way of the brew train, so it'll go after the Quaggoth on.
Alright, you got advantage on that attack. You're on the roof now, and a 15 hits for 12 points of force damage, just slashing into the Quaggoth's hunched back. It growls. Its blood
And
starts
then
to cake its green fur.
Eldritch Blast it too, see if I can get it good in a rage before it attacks Scamp.
22 hits. And you hear like crunch of bones. 22 hits. For another 4 damage, it slams into the Quaggoth's already bloodied back, and despite being so badly injured, it's still going. Nox.
Okay. If I tried to get by the Quaggoth and the Drow because they're in darkness, is that still not allowed?
Yeah. If they're
Double
conscious, they'll like jump in front of you and block you.
Just checking. All right, I will try and reach out and Shocking Grasp twinned to both of them.
All right. The
first one would have been towards the direct target in front of me, which would be the Quaggoth.
Okay, a 19 hits the Quaggoth and a 15 hits the Drow. Alright, you hear a explosion and a scream. You hear Drow just hit the ground. Your reaction shocked out of the Quaggoth.
Alright, kind of feeling around the darkness. I'm going to take 5. Up against the wall, I'm kind of blindly leading. So I come out. I'm going to see just utter chaos happening. And I will drop... Ooh. Oh, I can't do it. Not this round, at least. Fuck. Alright, I will... I'm going to bonus action turn a 3rd level spell slot into sorcery points.
Okay.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Alright, Ranagax, he starts to turn the moonbeam and he seems to be enjoying it because he just like sort of drops to his knees and doesn't move out of it. Ah! But his screams don't sort of portray that though, as he takes 9 radiant damage. He's just got his short sword out, he's dug it into the ground trying to like struggle to stand. And that's his turn done. Alright, poor Rations is dying.
At 20.
And he takes a death save failure. Okay, next round. A single drow appears to the north. And you can hear like an army of zombies right behind him. And that's all. There are no more reinforcements that arrive. Just at one drow this round.
This round.
Brew.
Fighting the whole cave.
Right.
Oh yeah, they've definitely like commanded their entire force upon you guys. As far as you can tell.
I don't like that devourer at all. Goblin. Well, okay. Can I run down, use the first attack? I'm going to use the attack action in my first attack, shove that goblin, attempt to shove him 10 feet away.
Shove is 5 feet.
Or, okay, as many feet, 5 feet.
Alright, 18. Alright, he almost slips out of your way, but you just grab him and throw him back.
Okay.
Oh, actually, you're at a 14 there, Brew, because you're poisoned.
Oh,
So he actually does slip out of your way. You have
Bother.
disadvantage on ability checks.
I'll swing my long.
A 9 is a miss. You're coughing and spluttering, and this bolt that's still sticking in you, it's just pulsating and causing you to be
Okay.
quite weak.
Okay.
That's the wall there.
Yeah, sorry.
Phase into the wall is a bonus action. Okay, Scamp.
Am I in the darkness where I'm at?
Yeah. Cat's on the same level as you now.
I'm going to stand up so that I'm not prone anymore. My moonbeam is staying where it is. I'm going to attempt to produce flame at the Quaggoth.
Alright, it's gonna be disadvantage.
It'd be disadvantage anyway because I was in the darkness, so
19 is a hit. You just grab the Quaggoth and your hand starts to glow, and you just feel the Quaggoth blown back, smoldering.
I should have done that before I stood up. I'm gonna lay back down.
Scam just does not feel like getting out of bed today. Roland.
Step out of the darkness so I can see. Yeah, I'm tempted to just let Rations take one fail and just put a fireball right there. But I'm not going to do that.
I think better than myself.
would be so mad at you.
Oh shit. There's really no point in bringing them back up either because the drow will just put them right back down immediately.
It would be merely a reset of death saves.
Yeah.
His best advantage would be if we could get him up and polymorph him.
True, but I don't have that spell. If I were to cast Shatter right here, would I be able to hit the Drow, the Intellect Devourer, and the Goblin, but not
Yeah,
hit
you would.
Rations? Okay, I will do that.
You'll
then.
need to come right to the edge of the wall to get a clear line of sight.
Okay, that's fine. I've only moved 5 feet anyway. And let's actually no. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I was thinking about using hypnotic pattern, but they're all Drow. They would all have advantage on the save. So let's throw a shatter out there at. I'm gonna put it at 3rd level because.
Because fuck you, right? Because
I'm
fuck
gonna,
you.
I'm gonna, as I begin to cast, all right, Shatter. You gotta redeem yourself here. Haha, it did.
It hugs you. I love you, Roland.
I love you
And
too, Shatter.
alright, there's
Trip 5.
not going to
I
be
like
much
it.
left of the ancient dwarven city of Stromcooler after this fight. Put it that way.
It will be the
Shatter
ruins
like we're
of-
Oprah.
These buildings are just being absolutely destroyed from this combat. Alright, 21 points
Shatter.
of thunder damage, and yeah, you guys are like almost going deaf as well. There's a ringing in your ears. And it just explodes the Intellect Devourer. Kills 2 of the Drow. It kills the Goblin.
And for my bonus action, I will not do anything. I'm just gonna go back in the darkness.
Alrighty. Now, as that goblin explodes, something just explodes out of the goblin's skull.
Yep.
An Intellect Devourer just jumps out, hopes itself on the ground here. The Drow look just as astounded as the rest of you. And they're just like yelling at each other in Undercommon. Dagger.
Maybe they'll kill it.
Okay, I'm going to disengage and come here. And crossbow the soul intellect devourer right in front of Brew.
Between his legs.
23 is a hit.
Yeah, you do.
You just shoot it out of the air, Dagger. As it's like leaped out of the goblin's body, you just whip around and it just goes flying, splatters across the ground. Dead.
Phew, you guys are lifesavers.
I'll take care of your fears, Brew.
Phew. 2.
Alright, Drow. This guy is going to run into the moonbeam.
Oh my god.
Holy
And he cannot resist it. He tries to like grab his commander and push him out, but
Twice.
he gets melted in the process. And just melts all over his commander instead.
Amazing.
goopy.
Alright, let's take a look here. Doing some movement. Another Drow dashes in, and he dashes up to here from the north. And then the Drow to the south rush. Actually, they don't rush. They stay back and fire crossbows.
Oh, those bastards.
And there's going to be 6 crossbow bolts fired. And 3 of them are going to be at Brew. 13 misses. An 18 misses. 22 hits for 4 piercing damage. And you resist the drow poison. Sorry, 2 piercing damage. Alright, the next 2 will be at dagger. They move up to get in range and then move back. Both bolts miss you. And then one more at Nox. And all those bolts miss. They then sort of spread out a little bit to try and avoid being shattered again like that, almost using the bear as cover. And then the gunslinger rolls around the corner, like springs to her feet. As she springs to her feet, takes a shot at you, Brew. And you deflect the bullets and then runs at you in melee and takes a second attack with a short sword. Stabs into you for 4 piercing damage. Alright, it's the goblin's turn. And Glooby runs up. That's it. The goblin boss. Let me put you up on the ceiling there, Roland. The goblin boss runs around the corner and moves here. Throws a javelin at Nox. 15 is a miss. Okay, so Quaggoth. Quaggoth is going to run forward and attack you, Nox. And will not be in the darkness from that range, so they're regular attacks. First claw attack. It hits you for 7 slashing damage.
No, it doesn't.
Alright, you hold your hand up and the claws just bound off your shield. And the Quaggoth tries to claw again and misses. Alright, the forces are getting thinned. Cass.
Walk down, so 10 feet there. Walk clear. As a bonus action, I'll put my Hexblade's Curse on the guy in the moonbeam.
Okay.
And then Eldritch Blast.
Alright, you have advantage. 25 hits. Alrighty, that's 4 points of damage. And a 20 hits. For another 10 points of damage. I think the curse damage is not actually necrotic, by the way. It's just it's just extra damage. Doesn't have a type. Just in case something is like resistant or something.
Got it.
Nox.
Second action economy question. Can I can I twin a quickened spell?
No.
Am I allowed to? No, you can't use 2 meta magics for the same spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless the meta magic says that you can. Which I think
That's
couple do.
that's why I'm asking. For a sorcerer and all. Alright. Well, that Quaggoth is fucking with my chi, man. Fucking with my chi. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna reach out and just shock and grasp him.
An 18 hits. And you grab him for 16 lightning damage. He sort of catches on fire. Shocks his reaction out of him, but he's not dead.
I can't really do anything else. Bonus action or anything. Yeah, that's good.
Alright, Ranagax is first of all in the moonbeam.
First and foremost.
Alright, he takes 11 radiant damage. He stands up and he gets out of the moonbeam.
Fuck this moonbeam.
And
But he's tired of it.
he's actually going to dash. He dashes like into this building for cover. Oh, you're there on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Alright, he still does that. Just runs around you instead. We'll get there.
No attack of opportunity. I'm gonna hold my reaction.
He's still within your range. He's got 10 feet range. Alright, Rations is not doing too well.
Rations is dying.
If you would have fireballed him, he would have died.
I know. That's why I didn't do it.
Alright, the drow zombies finally arrive this round. They just start walking straight into the moonbeam.
Oh, this will be good.
They're coming from the north. Alright, Brew.
I'm actually not gonna worry about doing the fireball yet.
Right. I'll drop my longsword. Swinging recklessly, I'm going to punch at this gunslinger here.
A 19 hits. Alrighty, I think Divine Fury is... Can you do that with an unarmed strike?
No, that's why I always use my shield, isn't it?
Divine Fury. Yeah, I don't think it works on unarmed strike. Alright, that hits for that'll be what, 6 points
Which
of
is
damage.
4 plus 2. Yeah.
Alright, you hit the gunslinger for 6.
I'll attempt to.
Now you try to grapple the gunslinger and she is going to try to dodge you. But she's not quick enough and you grab onto her.
And now I will smash the shield as an improvised weapon into her.
A 9 is a miss. She just tries to get out of your reach.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna use my movement then, while holding, grappling this gunslinger, and move down towards Rations.
Alright, you shove the gunslinger back.
Ideally, to leave the gunslinger. Exactly. Thanks. Like north of me,
Okay, like there. Alright.
or even just one to the left, even so that it's,
Okay.
if that's possible. Yeah.
And you push her back and swing her around. Scamp.
Can I see Rations from where I'm at now that the darkness is gone?
Yeah.
So Scamp is going to panic a little bit, seeing her dead bear. And she is going to pump some Fate energy into him as bonus action. Use 3 dice.
It's not dead yet.
It's only mostly dead.
Unconscious and bleeding out.
No, he's you couldn't really tell if he was alive or dead by the state of him. He's that badly injured.
So he'll get 12 HP plus 3 temporary hit points. So 15 total.
He opens his eyes. Oh, I was having the best dream. And you were there. And you were there.
And then we're going to cast Cure Wounds on Roland. Since I'm ready.
Thank you, Scamp.
Just kind of crawl around the roof still.
Roland.
Seriously wish I grabbed polymorph. I could polymorph rations into like a giant ape or something. I think that what I am gonna do though, I can't see Cass, but I can see everybody else. As my bonus action, I'm gonna play a power chord, and I'll do Mantle of Inspiration for the allies that I can see.
That'd be Scamp, Nox, Dagger, Brew. 8 temporary hit points.
And rations.
And rations.
And we can move as a reaction, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
15, 20.
Can Ration stand up as his reaction?
Yeah, he'll, Rations is gonna move. He's gonna, he's just gonna crawl. Crawls away. And Dagger's moving.
And I'm gonna follow, dragging this gunslinger along.
Okay. Okay. And for your action, Roland.
Yeah, that's what I've been debating on here. I think for my action, let's guess I'll just vicious mockery something. Let's go with the Quagoth. It seems to hit pretty hard. So let's viciously mock the Quagoth.
It fails. Right. Just sort of bats at its head, taking 3 psychic damage. Disadvantage on its next attack.
Still one of my favorite gifts.
Live in a van down by the river. And then I'll use a bit of movement. Get over here. And have a front row seat to watching the zombies just get slaughtered by the moonbeam. Here we go.
Alrighty, Scamp, roll us some moonbeam damage. The zombies just don't even seem to register its existence. They just start clambering forward. And all of them run through it.
That's the lowest you've rolled in a long time.
Yeah.
They're quite slow. They all manage to get through it, and then I'll make their con saves. Running as quick as they can.
That's a lot of zombies.
They all make a constitution save. Their flesh is melted away, but they don't stagger or slow anymore. And they're already moving. 11 radiant damage. Some of them are melted, but worse than other as they rush forward. Oops, these ones should be up a little bit closer. Alright, there are 10 zombies just clambering down this street. All dashing. And their turn there. Dagger.
I do not like being in this position. I will cross. Well, I'll just. Rapier that guy.
25 hits. Right, you rush him. He tries to bring up his short sword to block you, but the rapier meets him first, and you just stick it straight into him, pull it out, and he falls to the ground.
Okay, I'm going to use. I only use 5. I'm going to do disengage. 5, 15, and come here.
There's just a small, oddly shaped, crumbled building here. It's empty apart from rubble and dirt and rocks. Alright, it's the Drow's turn, and we'll start off with the one near you, Cass. He's going to take a shot at you with his hand crossbow at disadvantage. Pulls to you in Elvish. You easily anticipate it and dodge the attack. The gunslinger's yelling at the other drow, and they start surrounding you, Brew. Actually,
Oh, good.
actually, no. The ones that are not... Actually, they're all going to just step back and fire with their hand crossbows. A preferred method of attacking. And they all launch attacks on you. A 16 is a miss. Second attack, 10 is a miss. Third attack,
Oh, they have advantage.
is a miss. Oh, okay. Yep, you're reckless. Alright, so... Alright, you're hit once for 2 piercing damage, and then again for another 1 piercing damage. That's 3 points, and you need to make 2 con saves against poison. Alright, you resist the drow poison as another 2 fire at you. 17 misses, and last one. That hits for 3 piercing, and give me another con save. You resist. And then the gunslinger points her pistol at you and fires at point blank range. No disadvantage. So a gunslinger feature. 16 misses. And then she tries to slash at you as well. And she hits you for 3 piercing damage. She ends her turn there. Some of the drow back up a little bit. Down the tunnel to the south. So they spread out a little bit too. Alright, it's the goblins go. Glooby's turn. Glooby is going to run in. And he's gonna run up. He's gonna dash and run up to his boss. Actually, no, he's gonna run here instead. Alright, and he ends his turn there. And then his boss runs up to get next to him. And runs up to you, Cass, and just takes a couple of disadvantaged swings with his scimitar. Spinning around very uncoordinated. Alright, 15 hits and you cast shield, blocking the attack. Makes another scimitar attack. And 17 bounces. Oh, no, natural one is a miss. Alright, there's not that many left. The last slog of their onslaught. The Quaggoth that you shocked and that Roland taunted runs around. Actually, he's going to climb up. He's going to climb up onto the roof and go for you, Roland. He doesn't like you. He's going to attack at disadvantage. And he hits you for 8 slashing damage. Luckily, he is one of the runts, so he's not like in an enraged state. He claws again at normal attack.
Oh,
That misses, but it knocks your Mantle of Majesty off.
yeah.
And that's the Quaggoth's turn. Cass. Okay. Yeah, it hasn't been has not been a minute yet, not even a whole minute of combat.
Is this a stone wall here or a building?
There's it's a building. There's the doorway there. The doorway is actually blocked by these two creatures. You're next to the wall.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up onto the wall there. And then how far down south can I get after that?
It will cost you 10 to get onto the roof, and then I'll move you up onto that roof, and then you've got 20 feet left.
Here, now I can see. I'll come down to here, and then I'll lean over the edge, and I want a booming blade on the guy I've got the Hexblade's curse on. If I need to walk down,
Yeah, you'll have to walk down halfway down, and then you can do a booming blade.
I'm gonna use my luck.
What is
My
it
God's
for?
favor. My God's favor.
Does that work on attack rolls? I think it's only ability checks. Favored by the gods.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not for. I think so. I could be wrong. Might need to post that one there.
Let me find it. I've used it like twice this entire campaign.
Oh, it is attack roll. Okay. Even a 16, he's able to block that, and it misses.
Oh, well, that sucks. Alright, I'll move my spiritual weapon in here.
An 18 hits him for 14 points of damage. And he's pretty badly hurt. Nox.
Alright. So funny story. When you make your trigger for Discord, also the shift button, and try to move the mouse, it does weird things.
Yeah, I think the shift button does some, like a Roll20 shortcut.
It moves the mouse in opposite directions from where you pull.
Oh.
It's like inversion, like a controller. It's weird. Anyways, I'm going to twin a firebolt at the 2 hurt drow.
Okay. Alright, you wipe that drow off the map. He's engulfed and dies, but the 10 is going to miss.
That's fine. And I'm also going to, you know what? That's all I'll do this turn. You know, I'll save some.
Okay. All right, Renegax is he's gonna break away, and he runs, provoking from you, Cass. He's
I'll save that.
Dash all the way up to Nox here.
Oh.
Breathing quite heavily. He's like blistered up from the moonbeam and hurt quite badly from other attacks. By House of Rinda, death to you all, he calls. Rations gets up to his feet and he looks up at you, scamp towards you. Thank you, mama! And he runs at this drow to the south of him. The drow dodges a claw and dodges a bite attack. Rations ends his turn there. Brew.
I'll drag this slinger a little bit south and swing my shield at that drow that just...
A natural 1 is a miss.
Oh yeah. Let's try again.
19 hits. And you slam the shield into the drow's neck and just like melts his neck away, kills him.
I think that's, well, I'm gonna go south just a bit more. And I guess I'll keep grappling this guy and can I put him one south? Actually, can I swing him around me? Is that a thing?
You've
Or
used
just
too
put him,
much
like,
movement for that.
Okay. Yeah. Alright.
Scamp.
Okay, I believe my moonbeam will not get dispelled by Cass's darkness since it's 3rd level moonbeam, right?
That's right.
Just get moved down. I want to move it here.
Into the drow conga line, the zombie conga line.
Yep.
Okay.
I want to get the goblin too.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna stand up because there's a thingy next to us. I can't really do a whole lot other than that. Roland, don't die.
Scamp inspires Roland. Roland, you're up.
Yeah, I'm actually like in a pretty bad way at the moment. So I'm gonna ask Scamp. Would you like to be down off this roof, Scamp? In fact, would you like to be over there by your bear?
Sure.
I'll kind of proffer my hand, very gentlemanly, and I'll cast Dimension Door, and
Roland,
pop up.
you did that so wrong. You should have said, "Come with me if you want to live."
I'm not Schwarzenegger.
Alright, you guys see this little doorway open up beneath you, and you immediately drop down and land where Roland takes you both.
I was just gonna put us right here behind rations, because I didn't want to be by that Quaggoth.
Ration looks quite happy. Hey, mama!
Give him a hug.
Let's see. That was my action. I'm gonna save the last bardic inspiration for something else. I'm going to use my movement to go to here. Maybe a little more. There we go. And that's my turn.
Alright. Zombies start conquering through this moonbeam. And let's see how many of them are actually going to survive this. I can't imagine it's a whole lot. Especially radiant damage. It really, really melts these zombies quite well. Alright, this is for the zombies. And only 2 of the zombies actually make it through the moonbeam. The rest are just oh wait, 3 of them. Just like lambs to the slaughter. They get melted away. Okay, let me just fix something up with that. Alright, the ones that do survive are going to move. Also, there's a single goblin as well. Goblin. Oh, he is just absolutely melted away. That's Glooby, by the way. No more Glooby. Everyone's favorite goblin. The zombies, they just don't even register like this moonbeam's here, and they just keep going like towards the closest target. They start trying to climb up the walls, and we'll see how that goes. Alright. 2 of them actually get up on the roof. One of them moves up onto the roof. Another one moves, they dash, gets up to you, Cass, on the roof, and then another one dashes down to the south as he can't get up the roof, so he just goes around the roof, around the building. And that's it for the zombies. At the end of this turn, however, Glooby is not who you think he is, because Glooby's body explodes and out comes an Intellect Devourer.
It's also
In the moonbeam.
It's also in the moonbeam. Alright, that's it for the zombies. Dagger.
Okay. 25, 30. Stabby stab.
Alright, you
No,
come around
stab.
behind Ranagax and he dodges to the side. He almost sort of leans so you stab Nox, but barely miss him, and then he whips back around in front of you.
Damn it.
Okay, we've got a few drow left. I'm gonna start off with the drow to the north. Doesn't really register that Intellect Devourer, and it's just going to try and climb up and get you, Cass. He climbs up onto the roof and comes in at you with his short sword at disadvantage. 14 is a miss. To the south, all the drow fire at you, Brew, using their hand crossbows. First attack, 10 is a miss. That's a crit for 3 piercing damage. You'll need to make that Constitution save, and then the last bolt is a miss. Alright, you start to feel a little bit drowsy, but still do not fall unconscious. And then the gunslinger is going to do the same thing. She's going to take a shot with her pistol, point blank range. That is going to hurt. Alright, she hits you for 10 piercing damage and 23 points of poison damage, a total of 33 points of damage. You don't need to make a con save against that one though, because
Good thing.
it's not the poison condition. And then she takes a second attack with her short sword, dual wielding the pistol and the short sword. A 19 is a miss. You're still grabbing onto her. That's it for the drow. The Intellect Devourer. It wants a new host. And it's going to try and get one. These tiny little disgusting pattery footsteps come from the north.
Does he die to the moonbeam before he gets
Oh
involved?
yes, he moves into the moonbeam. It's not going to kill him, unfortunately. But mostly, it's very badly burned. It's like melted as it comes around the corner here. The zombies
That's
are
the
not.
kind of color change we like.
The zombies are not fit as a host, and it's going to be you, Dagger. Oh, actually, no, it's not. It doesn't have enough movement. It actually just crawls around the corner for now. Dashing. Alright, there's no more goblins, just the goblin boss. And he's going to get away from this moonbeam of death. He dashes. Glooby! He dashes right up to you, Dagger. Ends his turn there. Like, freaks out when he sees the Intellect Devourer as well. Screams a little bit. One badly injured Quaggoth clambers up to you, Cass, and it attacks. It has blind sight, so there's no disadvantage here. First claw attack is a miss. Second claw attack hits you before slashing. You want to cast shield?
Yeah, my last shield.
Alright, it still hits you for 4 slashing.
Oh, that was a 21. Herder.
Do you want to cast it or?
No, I do not.
Alright. Alright, hit you for the 4 slashing, and then that's it for the Quaggoth. Maintain concentration on darkness. There's only a few left now. One last push. Cass, you're up.
Alright, I don't like that intellect devour. I'm gonna go ahead and skirt around the Quaggoth.
Alright, the Quaggoth is going to opportunity attack you. Gonna
Okay.
lunge at you, a claw. And he hits for 6 slashing.
Alright, and then bonus action, move my weapon down to attack the intellect devour.
25 is a hit, and the glaive just splits the intellect devour in 2.
And then I know he'll probably have cover, but I'll Eldritch Blast at the Drow leader.
Okay. A 10 is a miss. And oh, actually you have advantage. So a 15 is a miss, and a 20 hits him. I hit him for 6 points of damage. Nox.
Am I allowed to move here, or is that considered like an
That's a wall.
understandable space? Okay. Fine. The Drow commander right in front of me, I'm just gonna reach out to him and just say, "Use a caillon, mon ami," and shocking grasp.
It hits. Starts to smirk, and you catch him by surprise, hitting him for 15 lightning damage. He's very badly injured.
I'm gonna use my movement, not to move there.
Nox phases through the wall.
Reach out and touch someone.
That's 15. I don't know what's happening. Every time I move my character, it's like moving the whole page.
You might need to reload after this turn then, if it's doing that. Where do you want to move? I can move you if you're having trouble. Okay.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble. I'm facing through walls.
Alright. You've got
I
6
would,
squares. Where do you want to go?
I want to come down here by this painting.
Okay. You see the banner of the Legion of Azrok badly defiled and desecrated. Little goblin drawings on it as well, and slash marks. Okay, that ends your turn. And Ranagax, he just runs at you, Nox. Just ignoring dagger. He didn't like being hit like that. He stabs at you. 19 hits for 15 points of damage.
I was gonna, yeah, I'll take that this turn. I can do that.
He stabs you for 15 damage, and then he'll take a second attack at you. But you miss. He misses. You block that attack. And he's going to end his turn there. Rations is going to attack the gunslinger. Claw. Alright, Rations catches her for 15 points of damage. Quite a vicious claw attack, and then he tries to bite, but she easily dodges a 14. And Rations ends his turn there.
Swing a shield at the gunslinger I'm grabbed.
A 14 is a miss. Still reeling from the drow poison.
This poison is something. I'm gonna just still be patient.
A 19 hits her for 12 points of damage.
And yeah, would I then be able to like swing her around to the south or attempt to?
Yeah. You can use 20 feet of movement to do that.
Okay. Yeah. I think that'll be
Scamp.
We're gonna drag the moonbeam all the way down here on top of this goblin.
Okay. Just comes churning around the corner.
It's good to be precautionary when killing goblins. Always sanitize with the moonbeam.
Yeah. That'll be it.
Roland.
Kind of get a lay of the land here. Let's see. I'm going to 10 feet, 20 feet. I'm going to cast. I'm gonna cast. I'll just do Vicious Mockery. I hate Drow.
On.
On this guy, the commander.
Alright, so wisdom save for him. And he starts screaming. He claws at his hair. His eyes bleed. The purple glow from his eyes dissipate. His nose bleeds and he just falls onto the ground. Dead.
Ah, that feels good. See, and then I'm gonna bonus action cast Healing Word on myself at second level. Not bad. Great. And just in case this drow gets ideas, I'm gonna go back another 10 foot, and that's my turn.
Alright, suddenly Ranagax, he like leaps back to his feet. And he starts screaming. And he opens his mouth quite wide. And he just keeps screaming, and then the top half of his skull separates from his jaw, and the stumpy, slam-ridden arm crawls out of his mouth, ripping its way forward, sticking onto the ground. There's another intellect devourer inside his skull.
Big.
We really need to do something about Xanathar's thugs. Good God.
At the same time, this drow zombie finally gets into the fray and just runs into the moonbeam and is evaporated. Alright, let's break it up a little bit. We'll take a 10-minute break now. Grab a drink, regroup, and we'll continue on as the drow forces, they really start to thin, but perhaps you're fighting the most deadly of them. See you guys back in 10 minutes.
Right on.
Oh, well, this is fun, guys.
Pretty epic.
I mean, yeah, it will be awesome when it's done. There's so much commentary Nox needs to make. So many jokes, so little time. Who back? You back?
I'm back.
I'm here as well.
So, Tyler, you and I have already spoken about this a little bit. I will love to see the XP count at the end of this. It would be awesome. But I'm like, just, at some point I'm like, God damn, really another bit? I feel like we're at like a CrossFit gym and they're just like, one more round. You're like, no, I'm done. Throwing up now. I'm getting kind of tired.
Yeah, because this is what, 5 hours of fighting?
Yeah, it's a lot.
And just this battle alone. 'Cause we had another big battle before this, but there was a break between them.
We've
to be
killed.
fair, we decided to storm a stronghold that was once our allies that is now filled with our enemies.
Well, that is true. We did storm the stronghold, so we kind of asked for it.
We've killed a lot of drow.
Oh, Nox has been keeping tabs. Don't worry. There will be a... That only counts as one moment.
Man, oh man.
But we still have the drow on the 4th floor to take care of, too.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remind me. I will say this, at some point, there will have to be a rest involved, even if it's a short one. More so because I know I am not quite tapped, but Nox is getting kind of tapped on the mana, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I've used one, two, three, four spell slots.
Yeah, that Wonder Fireball's coming in real handy.
Well, I've only used it twice, like since we've long rested. I use a lot of my stuff is inspirations and I use the Mantle of Majesty feature as well. So
How's
I will
everyone
say
doing?
this: you were getting so much use out of your character class, your like subclass.
well, I mean, if I don't, what's the point of playing it?
Yeah, but
Max,
I mean, like, you're like, no, we're not just kicking the tires. We're putting this thing through the ringer and see what happens.
Is everyone back? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, let's do this. You're up, Dagger.
Let's try to finish this combat, this
This
oh
session.
my goodness, this session. Where am I?
There we go.
Okay. Let's stabby stab the devourer.
21 is a hit. And you just skewer it up with a single stab. Flick your blade out and it rolls along the ground dead.
Phew.
We've been lucky with those so far.
I have been. I am going to disengage. And come over here.
Alright, Drow's turn. And we'll start off with the one near Cass to the north. He's gonna try and climb up. And he does. He climbs up onto the roof. And he's going to he's gonna take a shot at you with his crossbow cast. And he hits. For 7 points of piercing damage. And you need to make a con save against that sweet, sweet drow poison that you resist. You maintain concentration on the darkness. Meanwhile, the other drow are still trying to get Brew off of the gunslinger, and they fire with their hand crossbows. First attack is a miss. Second attack is a miss. One of them is going to cast Fairy Fire, and Brew and Rations and Scamp, it'll hit. It hit you guys. Puts it there. Brew, you dodge. Scamp, you dodge. But Rations is highlighted.
Oh no.
Bright green. Drow runs around the corner. And then the gunslinger fires at you, Brew, with a pistol. 11 misses. Tries to stab. That misses. Ends her turn there. Alright, the goblin boss, he is in the moonbeam, so he's gonna try and get the hell out of there. Scamp's hot on the moonbeam trigger. And he is just completely melted away.
Does anything crawl out of his brain?
Of course it does.
Uh,
An intellect devourer crawls out of his brain.
I
At the end
told
of the
you.
goblin's turn.
Did you not see what I wrote?
I did. I just was like confirming.
At least it's in the moonbeam.
Quaggoth is going to come at you, Cass, and he is going to grab you. Make an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Ooh. Ooh.
He grabs you and then he just like throws you off the roof. You fall 10 feet and land prone. You take 5 bludgeoning damage from the fall. Alright, it knocks the darkness out of you, out of your concentration. And then the Quaggoth, like, he just keeps on running down after you. Ends his turn on the ground with you. Cass, you're up.
Oh, I am in a bad way. I will. First off, have my spiritual weapon attack as a bonus action.
A 15 hits. And
Nope.
the spiritual weapon kills the Quaggoth, dealing 6 points of damage. At that same time, the 2 zombie on the roof, they move towards you and they just like fall off the roof. They just like, they don't try to climb down or nothing, they just fall. And see what happens. They both hit the ground quite hard, like snap their necks, but even with their necks turned sideways, they're still alive on the ground prone next to you.
Right, and then I will. God, I have no AoE spells. Alright, I'm gonna cast a Cure Wounds on myself at 2nd level.
Okay. Are you standing up, by the way?
Yeah, I'll stand up. Hey, in 5e, does Cure Wounds damage undead?
That would be a pretty metagame question to ask.
Okay, I'll just Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay. Nox.
All right. Seeing kind of everyone spread out a lot, I I'm going to take a step forward to here, and I will twin a firebolt at the damaged drow and the intellect devourer.
Alright, which one are you attacking first?
The intellect devourer first,
Okay.
because they're nasty and gross.
Alright, 24 hits the intellect devourer, but 13 misses the drow. 16 fire damage. The intellect devourer is seriously injured from that. It's burning away.
Cool beans. And then I will quicken spell a chromatic orb at the gunslinger that Brew has in his grasp.
26 is a hit.
Lightning damage.
A little lightning bolt strikes the gunslinger for 18 points of damage.
And then I'm going to use the 25 remaining movement. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I'll stop there. Oh. Sorry, I just reloaded my page for some reason. Go ahead and EOT me while I log back in.
Okay. Alright, Rations is gonna just jump at this drow in the corner. Rawr! Slash his claw. 13 misses. He tries to bite, and the drow dodges both attacks, backed into this corner. Brew.
Shield on this guy that I'm holding, and I'm gonna go ahead and get wrecked.
Okay.
Wow.
Alright, a natural one is a miss, but the second attack you make up for it with a crit. For 15 points of damage, you just smash this searing shield into her face. And she is very badly injured.
Yep, that's the problem.
Scamp.
Right, I'm gonna leave Moonbeam where it is, but I'm gonna produce flame at this drow that's injured in the corner.
It hits him. Rations quickly ducks. The produced flame wipes him away, killing the drow. Roland.
Right. Yeah. 15. All right, let's put a vicious mockery on this guy.
Alright, the drow fails, taking 3 psychic damage, and she's starting to lose a lot of steam.
I'll save my bonus action for something else. Here.
Alright, the 2 zombies that chase you off the roof. They rise to their feet. Both of them try to slam their bodies into you, Cass. The first attack misses. The second attack, it misses. They both end their turn there, trying to clamber their way at you. Dagger.
Okay. Come down here. Crossbow bolt.
21 is a hit. And you hit the gunslinger straight in the chest. She just goes limp in Bru's hand.
And that's how it's done, boys.
Nice shot.
I literally don't use any
And
weapons, but yes, good job.
then something just sort of drops out of her face.
Okay.
Intellect Devourer. Stick straight on the ground. In front of you, Bru.
Oh.
The drow just starts like cursing. Mestista Velotho Mestodulasa. He's like quite astounded by the presence of the Intellect Devourer. And alright, a drow's gonna come around the corner near you, Cass. Fire his hand crossbow at you, yelling at the zombies, kill, kill, and pointing at you. Alright, this drow, he backs away from the Intellect Devourer, but not before taking a shot at you, Bru. 10 misses. And then the other drow comes around the corner to like see what's happening, and he takes a shot at you as well, Bru. 16 misses, and he gets like away from the Intellect Devourer. The Intellect Devourer, as it leaps from the dead drow's face, it leaps at you, Bru, and tries to scratch you with its claws. The other one in the moonbeam is just smelted. Gets churned away. Alright, so it comes in with its claws. Stumpy little legs that it has. That misses, and then as it sort of lands on you, Bru, you need to make an intelligence save.
Not again.
Alright, you feel this incredibly sharp pain hit you for 4 psychic damage, and you are reduced to 0 intelligence. You fall onto the ground and you are stunned. You'll be stunned like that until you can get that ability score recovered. And the Intellect Devourer starts to initiate its body thief. Prepares to crawl into your skull. Cass.
Alright, this is the last round of my spiritual weapon, I think. It's going to swing at the one down south of me.
It hits. You cut the zombie's head off. It rolls on the ground. The zombie still stands. It's now a headless zombie coming at you. It just won't die.
Nice. I will Eldritch Blast at point blank then.
Alright, you hit it with the first beam. And you manage to cut a hole through it this time with the Eldritch Blast, and the zombie then sinks to the ground.
Nice. And then I will cast at the one above me as well.
Alright, you whip around, that hits, firing a second beam. And that zombie also hits the ground dead.
Okay, for my movement, 10 feet up top. And then 20 feet over here.
Alright, onto the roof you go. Nox.
Alright, I'm seeing the Intellect Devourer. I'm going to reach my hand out and just say, "Begone, foul shit!" And I'm casting Banishment on the Intellect Devourer.
Alright, say charisma save for the Intellect Devourer. And it vanishes. And it's shunted into a small demi-plane, and it'll remain there for 1 minute.
And I'm going to. So that's 15 feet of movement. Is it an action to try and drag him?
Grappling is an action.
Grappling is an action? Okay. I'm just going to sit there and start slapping Brew. Be like, Brew, slap. Come on, Brew, get up.
Brew looks perfectly normal. Do you not?
Thermostat.
Alright, Rations just sort of roars, "Ah, get this fire off of me!" And he just starts running down after the drow. 15. Dashes up to them. Brew, you are just stuck in your own mind, you know, drooling, and you see pretty colors all around you. You are stunned.
Nice.
Scamp.
If I recall correctly, I can't fix this.
You need greater restoration.
Yeah, which I don't have. So we're
Excellent.
just gonna come over here.
There's other ways as well. Actually, sorry, just for that one, it's just greater restoration.
Yeah, which I'll have eventually, just not yet. Could I hear the drow enough in the north to move the moonbeam up on top of it, or
You know the
would I not
routine.
be
You
aware
just
of his
move
presence?
it. You just move it until you hear the screaming.
Can I see Cass up on the ceiling to know that he's not like hidden up north and potentially in the path of moonbeam?
You can't see him, but I'm sure you can call out to him and ask him where he is. Tell him there's an incoming
Well, as you-
moonbeam.
Well, I feel like as you move the moonbeam, it gives off light, doesn't it? So I mean, you would be able to see as you moved it.
I've got dark vision on myself so that I can actually see right now.
Yeah, there's like walls and stuff in the way.
The roof itself that's problematic. But yeah, I'll move it north and
And
until
you
I
just
hear the
start
screaming of the
moving
drow up
it.
there.
It's just like moving it, moving it, moving it, nothing, moving it, nothing, and then
And then cast mock screams too.
That'll be it.
Roland.
Okay, he's just running down after the drow. Damn it, Rations. That's a full 30 just to get there. Don't think that I'm gonna risk myself getting shot at. Not in my condition, so I'm gonna hold. I don't think it's gonna matter because I don't think anything's gonna get past Rations. I'm gonna hold a Vicious Mockery for the first drow that I see.
Okay. Dagger.
Okay. Ten. Can't get 15. I'll just say right here, and I'm going to hold for the first enemy I see.
Okay.
Crossbow bolt.
Alright, first of all, we've got one drow in the moonbeam. And he fails, but he does not fall. And he comes rushing in to the room. And readied actions will go off, Roland and Dagger. He is just shot with a crossbow bolt and slammed with magic, and as soon as he runs in, he just drops onto the ground. Then the other two drow around the corner are fighting Rations. Rations is holding his own. Oh, oh! Alright, Cass.
From here, I can see just about everything. My spiritual weapon is gone now. I will. I'll hold an Eldritch Blast until I see an enemy.
Okay. Nox.
Alright. One thing I didn't do with measured distances. Did not get that far. That's as far as I can get. Okay. Hearing Rations, I'm gonna go ahead and move down. Fuck, I still can't see the bad guys.
You've still got 5 feet of movement.
I got 5 more feet? Okay. Can I actually... I can see them, but can I actually see them around that corner?
Yeah, looking around the corner, you see one of them.
Alright, that one I will definitely try and firebolt. That's gonna miss.
Dodges it.
Well, I tried.
Rations lunges at the drow. Bites. And he bites onto one of the drow and wrestling. They're just stabbing him with their short swords, and Rations is very badly hurt. Oh, help me! He yells to everyone. Where you're just drooling. Quite a bit of a puddle forming around your feet at the moment. Just like got this weird sort of lollygag expression just sort of stuck on your face staring at Roland.
Wow. He's fascinating.
Makes Roland feel a little bit uncomfortable.
I just hope I don't poop myself.
I don't have healing word. I'm sorry, buddy. Next turn. Can I see this guy here, or is he hidden from me? Because I can line of sight see him, but it looks like he should be hidden.
Let me see. I think he has 3/4 cover.
Well, I'll try and produce flame at him. Yeah, no. Very.
Little tuft of smoke comes out of your hand.
Shit.
It was a warning shot.
Leave my bear alone.
Roland.
There's have a better view of everyone. I'm going to use my last inspiration. It's pretty well founded. As my bonus action, do Mantle of Inspiration for everyone, but there's kind of no point.
Alright,
So-
10 hit points.
You can give him the 10 HP, but
Ration
Oh, yeah,
moves to the
yeah.
side here. Get him!
If he's moving up, I'm not going to move down. Actually, I would move down in front of him because he looks injured. So
Sure.
if I can get here, I will.
You can jump on his back if you want to.
I'm going to try and like body block them from hurting him, even though I know the rules don't work that way.
They do, in a way. Give him cover.
Go 5 more feet
They
up,
can't
Knox.
move by you.
Alright, and for my action, there's no way I'm getting up to where I can actually cast a spell that'll matter at this point. I can't even get to rations to cast Cure Wounds. I'll cast a first level Cure Wounds on Cass, so I'm not wasting my turn here. Whew.
Wow.
Good here.
Magic touch.
And that's my turn.
Dagger.
Okay. I'm going to do crossbow at that guy. Won't do much, but
That hits.
I ignore the sneak attack.
It kills him. The arrow goes straight into his neck with a bolt. And he drops to the ground. Alright, this last drow, he flees. He runs away. And Nox, you've got like about 40 seconds left on the Intellect Devourer turn. Do you want to drop your concentration, or do you want to get away from it? What do you want to do?
I want to tell everyone to ready to just destroy the thing and tell Roland to back up because that's where it will.
Alright.
That it's gonna pop out like right here, and just as soon as it pops out, everyone just like unleash hell on it.
Alright, a break
I'll
initiative, and you guys can. You've got like 40 seconds to organize yourselves.
I'll ask Cass if he can help me drag Brew back a little bit so it's not immediately going for him.
Yeah, I'll use my Shadow Glaive for leverage. He's a big guy.
Well, I
Okay.
need,
It takes 3 of you guys to move him.
We're all a little weak except for
Rations
yeah.
grabs onto Brew like in his mouth, but without like biting him, and he starts dragging Brew back.
Can we have him put him in this room?
What's that
Over here?
Oh no!
Don't eat him. He's
What's
a
it?
friend.
So salty!
He's not- But he's not dead yet.
And
pluck him clamber.
yeah,
Pluck him clamber.
Tastes like ham!
Can someone stand here with beside the spot so I could get sneak attack damage?
Yeah, I'll send this to you. I'll ready a shocking grasp for it.
Alright. You won't be able to ready in action, but when it comes,
Okay.
we'll roll initiative to see who is the quickest to react. You still got Moonbeam on Scamp. Just saying.
Yeah, well, it lasts for a minute, so
Everybody
I
move
don't think
back.
it would be.
Yeah, I think that Moonbeam will be gone by now.
Okay, I was supposed to say, everybody move back. Just let Moonbeam do his thing.
Well,
Alright.
if it lasts for a minute and the banish lasts for a minute, and I cast it well before the banish, then it would.
Yeah, it'll be gone by
Wouldn't
the
be there.
time. Alright. And right on cue, whenever you drop concentration, it pops back into existence, and you guys are ready to unleash on it. So, let's see what happens. It sort of lands on the ground there. Scamp. You hurl a produce flame at it. You hit it for 9 fire damage already. It's badly singed. And Stagger's turn.
Oh, shit.
You misjudge it, Dagger, and you sort of lunge forward. It falls before you can get to it. It did sort of claw at Nox a little bit when you're lunging, and Nox, you hear this telepathic voice, "Put me back in there, put me back in there," when it sees Dagger.
Oh, yeah, disengage.
Dagger asks for Nox to be next to her, but then when it's Nox's turn, she's nowhere to be seen.
Well, he doesn't need somebody for sneak attack.
I'm going to shotgun grasp it.
27 hits. And it just combusts in your hands and melts away.
That. Nox shakes his hand off with the goo and just goes like, fucking miete. I just ugh. Just like shaking goo off his hand.
You guys look around and there's like a 8-foot high pile of bodies, almost 100 corpses around you. Everyone gains 2,100 experience points. And it looks like the drow have been disposed of. Of course, you can't discount the fact there may be some stragglers around, but for the most part, their force has been completely destroyed. A victory for everyone, knowing that they do not threaten Waterdeep from this level anymore. Or Skullport.
Hurrah!
No, we still have.
Oh, well.
Rations keeps licking Brew. You should really try this. Tasty.
Oh, no, Rations, please stop. That's
As long as he doesn't bite. I've heard about this. It's like Brew is a salt lick.
that's disgusting.
Do we have a way to help him? I mean, look, I'm not saying that he's useless, but right now he's useless.
Well,
Just to double check, Seb, because it's still technically in the list of items. I've had that charm of restoration. I technically used all of the charges on it. Those don't come back, right?
No, once that's used, it's gone. So there's a couple of options. You can take a long rest, and then Brew, you could use a week of downtime to use the relaxation downtime and like clear your mind and recover lost ability scores. Or there is a certain someone here that may have the capacity to heal Brew again.
Yeah, we can say she'll go around.
Well, I don't know if she's gonna be very friendly to us. If I recall, she is the one that had the zombie drow, and they were attacking us.
She might be an opportunist, though.
We could
She's an
provide her
iPhone.
with many dead drow bodies for her army, but I don't know how good of a person she is.
Look,
would
right
say
now
that's
I'm
fine.
not one to
I'm-
put up the idea that morals are a matter of good or bad at this point. We need Brew, and Brew is right now brain dead.
Even more. I don't mind burning a week of downtime.
That means we have to take the long rest, though.
True.
Well, regardless
mean-
of what we decide, I believe that we probably need to rest up a little bit. If nothing else.
Agreed.
Do we think a long rest in this area would be wise? Do you
Well-
think they would just wait for us to, like, wait, they slump to the walls and relax? Do you not think that they
I
need
wasn't
more?
really I was thinking more of a quick rest, something short, and then lashing Brew onto Ration's back, and then we'll potentially find Preacher Creeper again.
Well, I'm not opposed to that idea, at least. Tell you what,
Then
I could
we'll
definitely
have-
use a drink, a stretch.
Let's maybe find a spot that is not covered in bodies, though.
I mean, to be fair, they would not search this area as hardly.
I just can't help but imagine this is that we're standing in like this gruesome sight. Like
Oh yeah, there's
as
there's
mu- as
like
much as
almost
we've
100
shattered-
corpses just everywhere. It's just the whole place is there's blood all over the walls of buildings are destroyed. There's scorch marks. There's burning bodies. There's just death and destruction around you everywhere.
It's the scene out of Saving Private Ryan. We get it. It's not.
The streets are piled 5 foot high with bodies.
Let's find somewhere else to rest, at least.
Should we just pick one of these buildings that are not quite just destroyed?
I imagine so. I don't know. Don't see why not.
Oh,
We
there's a
come
hallway over
into
here.
Do you want to rest in a hallway?
No, hallways may lead to rooms, and we didn't fight over here.
Oh, sure.
Rations, can you carry Brew?
Okay.
Thank you, Rations. You're good. I'll give him scritches.
You just look out to see a maze of narrow streets. Buildings are decrepit. The streets are strewn with trash and filth. Only harmless rats
end up here?
scurry away around every corner.
Yeah, this is the door, right?
Yeah. Very.
What happens if I push it open?
It's like sort of creaks on its hinge and it barely opens, and you just see a 20-foot square, ramshackle, empty building.
I think we found a building down here.
Okay.
Is this a building?
Yeah, this one is a little bit more intact than others that you've seen. It's 30 by 20
looks
feet.
big enough for all of us. I mean, Rations may have to hang
Oh, it should-
outside.
Should work. No Rations should be able to fit in.
You can come in here.
We can stay here and lick. It's okay.
Let's shut the door and does your restability where you shroud us in night work for the short term or is it long term only?
It's both.
Now this building as well doesn't have any roof. Just looks straight out into the cavern above you.
Good to know.
We can
Seems
always
to
use
be.
Brew to block the door.
This part of the city looks a lot more derelict than the part that you were fighting in.
So we're taking a short rest, right, guys?
Yeah.
All right. Short rest
Everyone
it
take a
is.
short rest. The poison will wear off during that hour.
Can I also rest? Yeah.
So.
Can Brew
no,
get
you're-
hit dice or
No, not in your
No.
state.
Remember, everybody can roll a d6 for Song of Rest. If you use hit die. Which I'm sure everybody's going to.
And I've still got the 8 temporary hit points. So I can go up to 58, right? If my maximum HP is 50.
Yeah. Should be able to. Rations just slumps in the corner and is licking his wounds. Like literally licking his wounds. He's in a very bad shape. But he doesn't try to show it. And you guys just huddle here with the cave roof hovering above you into darkness, and you hear no sound whatsoever. Just apart from a little scurry of rats every now and again, it's very quiet here.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Rations.
Suddenly, towards the end of the rest, you guys hear something. Sobbing. Crying.
Wait.
Wails echo throughout the hallway. It sounds decently far away though, at least 100 feet.
I was gonna, Cass, since this place does not have a roof,
I'll go check.
you could climb up the wall.
Yeah, I'll
That
climb
way
up
you have
the. I'll climb up the cavern wall so I can get line of sight on whatever that is.
Alright, make a perception check. You have trouble pinpointing a location. The voice is very echoey and it's coming from somewhere to the north, but you can't see where it is.
I'm gonna throw a Cure Wounds on Brew, just in case something goes wrong here.
Yeah, Roland, I don't know about you, but I don't know if I have much more in me. I've got, at least one big one and a couple of little ones, and that would be it.
I have a little left, and the things that I'm really good at, I've got that back in full.
That's good. Scamp, Cass, you feeling good? Your mana reserves sitting high?
Mine are a bit better after the short rest. I'm good to go.
Mine are okay-ish.
No worries, mon ami. I know exactly how that feels.
Oh, Nox, if you're good enough, one big one is all we need.
Well, you know what they say. I try to do what I can.
Location.
Does this
Trust me, I aim to please.
It's all about quality, not quantity.
does the voice sound like it belongs to maybe like a goblin? Or does it
sounds like a goblin? Yeah. A goblin child. You had to guess.
Oh, it's a child, guys. We should go see it.
Oh, we have not tried that yet.
No, not for eating.
Oh?
You can't eat children rations.
But Mommy told me that a goblin tried to eat a child.
I mean, Roland, we eat, veal and other things. I mean,
It's non-sentient beings. But there's a
I would
difference.
argue that veal is sentient, but okay.
I wouldn't feel comfortable killing a child. I'm sorry, Rations. It's alive, so
No, not killing, just eating.
No, you have that would kill it.
Oh wait. Oh yeah.
But we should go check on him, for her, to make sure the child is okay. She probably ran across all of our carnage and is very scarred.
Let's just move forward cautiously, and play it by ear, I suppose.
Or it could be a trap, knowing the last few people we rescued.
Well, if it turns out to be a trap, then we'll just blow them up.
You know, I did want to do one thing. We should go back to the carnage and write on the walls with blood, prestidigitation. I do not care.
Dagger and company was here.
Well, I was gonna say more to the fact of Xanathar and House of Render. No bueno. No, not the good things.
Dagger and company are coming for you?
Sure, I'll do.
Let's just go, and I'm gonna open the door.
You peel the door open. You hear these faint sobbing cries coming from the north, sort of northeasty sort of direction.
So not necessarily where our carnage was, but
Come on, pop open this door really quick.
The door is barely holding together, and it's a very decrepit stone building here.
Can I tell if it's this passageway or this passageway? Over here.
It's coming from this direction. Around pinging.
Okay, I'm going to sneak ahead.
I make a stealth check, Dagger.
as I see her sneaking ahead, if it is a child, don't automatically kill it.
Don't assassinate it.
What kind of monster do you think I am?
Unless you think it's an intellect devourer, then kill it.
I mean, indiscriminate stabber? I don't know.
Scamp is
You've
going
never
to
seen me-
be closer, not as far back than she normally would be.
You've never seen me kill a child?
Well, we've never encountered a child.
You did mention you think it could be a trap, and I don't. Scamp is probably afraid you're going to shoot first and ask questions later.
You see a very badly degraded hallway here. The buildings are completely not intact. No doors can be seen. Rubble strewn all over the ground. Walls collapsed in, and the crying is coming from a squat little room in the corner here. It sort of cuts out a little bit as you guys approach. And as you peer around the corner, you see a tiny little goblin. Only 2 foot tall, with a little dolphin toy in its hand. She gets quite scared as you approach Dagger. Don't kill me!
I'm not here to kill you. Where did every...
You're not the monster!
Who's the monster?
The Hobgoblin!
The hobgoblin?
Yes! Hobgoblin! He gobbles gobs!
What does this hobgobbler look like?
Oh, he's big and he got an orange skin and armor and he... Another goblin stole my doll and traded it to the trader for a shovel and give to Hobgoblin. Me not too scared to go there. What's your name?
I'm Dagger.
Oh, I'm Huggybug. Huggybug.
What happened to all the goblins that were here earlier?
I don't know. The dark people came. The elf ones. And they was killing. Huggybug ran away. Other goblins
Was that one of the goblins we killed?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That an intellect
Bad thing,
jumped out of.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got captured by the enemy. He is no longer amongst us.
Oh
Scamp is gonna like kneel down to get more like eye level with a little goblin kid and be like, do you want a special toy? It'll be just for you.
I want my princess doll. Will you get it in for me?
Yeah, we can find your doll. In the meantime, though, I have this, and I'm gonna pull out the troll mask from the festival.
Oh! Oh! Me likes that!
You can have it if you want.
Oh, yes, yes, yes! Not as good as my princess, though! But me likes!
Where did he throw away your doll at?
He traded it! He traded it to the gobbler! We can take you there! But me not go inside. Me no want to get gobbled.
You don't have to go inside. What was your name again?
Huggy Bug!
Huggy Bug?
Yeah!
It's even a cute name.
Do you know where the gobgobbler lives?
Yes, me take you! Huggy Bug starts running along the ground, jumping. She gets a bit startled. Oh, bear! Bear!
The bear won't eat you. Bear's our friend.
You can pet him.
Really?
Rations be nice.
Hello, little one. Mommy say not eat you, okay? Me gonna show you. This is my house over here. This one you can lick when you want, and me protect you. Okay? Okay. Oh, salty. Come. Starts running off to the south.
Oh man.
Takes you further to the south. Down the winding tunnels. As far south as you can go.
Is this leading towards Preta Creepa's house?
No. Not pretty creepers.
Is it towards Azagoth?
Nope.
Gobbler.
Alright, Huggy Bug gets here and points to the very end of this hallway. At the end of this street, which is practically riddled with collapsed buildings, there is a canted door with a bugbear marionette hand standing next to it. Gouged into the door frame is a single word. The word Crek. Yeah, Goblin, live at Crek!
We never came down here, did we?
I don't think so.
I don't remember this at all.
Huggy Bug hides around the corner. Don't tell Goblin me here!
We won't.
A pointed look at Dagger. The last time we told somebody that we wouldn't tell was the first thing that happened.
Well, that's because it was a drow.
But Scamp's not making that distinction. It was somebody that was helping us.
And
it resulted in his death.
And Dagger didn't say she wouldn't tell. You said. Dagger has said she wouldn't say anything.
I thought we agreed as a group, but that's okay. Still pointed look at Dagger.
As you guys talk out the front of this building, you hear a voice.
I am not a monster.
Come in. No need to loiter. If you wish to crack, then you can crack.
Is it through?
All right.
You open the door. There's a very, very small room in here, and the walls are carved, and there are niches. And then it looks like the interior of the building is basically where it's not carved with niches, it's like collapsed, caved in. And you see piles and piles of junk set in these niches or just piled up on the ground here. It all looks like some well-worn adventuring gear of one description or another. And there is a single hobgoblin standing here next to a desk. And he looks at you all. New customers. Welcome to crack. You wish to crack?
I'm
I
sorry.
have many things that you can crack. Crack, you know,
You mean-
trade.
Ah. Do you mean buy?
You don't speak goblinoid, I take it.
I do not, no.
No, he did not.
Well, I have many fine wares. Please take a look. What can I get you?
Quick, like, pass over of what he's got, like, just in the room. What does it look like? Does it look like
Just like
just armaments and random shit, or is it
mostly random shit like lanterns or ropes, crossbow cases, quivers, hunting traps, locks, vials of oil, all sorts of adventuring gear and other tools in various states of repair. Chests, buckets, bottles, barrels, caskets, sacks, pythons, mirrors, ladders, just a big pile of disorganized crap, basically. Some of it looks serviceable.
Do we see a princess doll?
Make a perception check.
I would be looking for that as well, because that's helping the goblin.
You actually do. You take a look in through all this crap, and you actually see a little sackcloth doll just sticking out in amongst a pile of crap. What do you wish to crack?
I point at the doll.
Ah, a little doll? You wish to purchase this? What do you have to trade?
Would you be interested in a certain novel? It's called Bugbears Gone Wild.
Bugbears Gone Wild.
I'll pull that out of the bag of holding.
Let me take a look. It doesn't look very valuable. I'll give you 2 pieces of string and a button. How does that sound?
Ah, but what if I also include these, and I'll give him some marked playing cards.
I don't suppose you have any goblins by chance, do you? I heard some commotion. I heard some commotion. Was there a large-scale combat or fight? I could hear screams and echoing throughout these halls. It looks like you've run through. Looks like you've run through the drow here, and well, judging by the amount of blood covering you, you've killed them all. Perhaps
Yes.
many orphaned goblins after that event. Well, if you find any, I feel for them. I can care for them.
Can I insight check him?
Sure. He seems to be sincere. It makes sense. He's the only goblinoid that you can see. And
care for them, how? Because we've heard you're called the Gobbler.
What? Oh, don't worry about that. Just a tale told to scare small children. Gobbler. What do you think we are? Some sort of savages, us hobgoblins? Think we eat our own kind? Absurd.
Oh, we didn't come up with the tale, so no.
Where did you hear it from?
That doesn't quite matter.
Well, if someone's spreading false rumors about me, I think I deserve the right to know, do I not?
Oh, they're dead now. This one's a drow.
Make a deception check, Dagger. The drow told you that. Well, don't listen to the drow. Well, I guess you don't need to now after what you've done to them. You really want this doll, huh?
Yes.
Alright then. I'll sell it to you for 20 gold pieces. Do we have a deal? You do want to crack, don't you?
Yeah, why so much for an old doll?
Well, why are you interested in it so much if it's just an old doll? You don't look like the doll type to me. This is a child's toy. You don't have any children, do you?
Up top in Waterdeep.
Oh.
I like to bring them toys and reminders of my travels
Yes.
down below.
Ah, I see. Well, this is quite a rare doll, you see, and well, I traded a very, very expensive item for it, so that will be the best I can do. Of course, if you were so kind as to rescue even just one orphan goblin, I'd be happy to give it to you. Just one small, little goblin.
Well,
Can I kill him?
can I
And I
ask?
know what.
Can I ask what did you trade the doll away for?
Oh, it was something in here. Buried. I have trouble keeping track of everything in this room, to tell you the truth.
If
I would
you,
like to actually insight that.
Sure.
if you care for children so much, how come you seem to be wanting to treat them as trading commodities?
Nox, he certainly isn't showing any signs that he's lying to you. And he looks at you. What do you mean, trading commodities? I told you I'm going to look after them.
Well, yes, but you first asked if we could trade a child for the doll.
No, you're getting me wrong. I said if you find any little goblins walking around by themselves, then I'll give you the doll for them. I look after all of the goblin children around here.
Where are the other ones?
Well, as a mother myself,
Oh, the other ones.
my child is worth far more than everything in this room.
Oh,
So,
well, perhaps you're kind of different than ours. We're a race of warriors. We are born into combat. The other children, don't worry, they're safe. They'll be here later. I'm planning to have them for dinner.
You say things in such
You
a
mean
way
that
they can be
literally,
misconstrued.
don't you?
What sort of monster do you think I am?
I've been asking my companions that same question myself. Can I insight his answer?
Sure.
I mean, I'm usually pretty good at reading people, and he did seem genuinely to want to care about children.
Yeah.
You think maybe
haven't
he's just
you
not
ever-
very good at common. Maybe he's like inferring things. Like he's gonna eat children, but I think it's just the way he speaks.
Oh, by the way, good sir, what is up with the marionette that you have laying outside?
Oh, just
Where-
a decoration. Now, do you want to
Where
buy
are
this
they?
doll or not? You're starting to test my patience. This place
Where
is not
are
for
they?
conversing, it is for crack. And if you're not cracking,
I'm
then
gonna-
crack off.
I'm
Where
gonna
are the
hand
other
him-
children?
I'm gonna hand him 2 moss agates that are worth 10 gold apiece.
He takes it.
I hope
And
this
then
will suffice.
he puts it down like in a little basket that's sitting underneath the table. Looks like a basket that you'd carry a baby in or something.
He puts the doll in the basket?
He puts the gemstones in there, and then he hands you the sackcloth doll.
Paid 20 gold for
That
that.
thing is fucking sketchy as shit.
Oh, it's
Doesn't
cute.
look like
I
a
want to
voodoo
keep it
doll at all.
myself. I want to keep
Alright,
it.
well, thank you.
Damn
Thank you
it.
for the trade.
Can I sit down next to Huggybug?
Yeah, Huggybug is very scared. Did you see the gobbler?
We did, but he didn't seem like a gobbler to
He's
me.
a
Have you
gobbler.
ever met him?
He's a gobbler. I've heard the stories. The other goblins, they give the little gobs to him, and he eats them. They never comes back.
I'm really good at knowing people a little bit, and he seemed kind of like a good person to me. He says he takes care of goblins when they're orphaned.
No, he eats them.
But if all you've ever heard are stories, how do you know the stories are true?
I don't know.
You know, where I'm from, a lot of people think all goblins are bad.
Oh, why?
They think that they go and they murder people, and they just hurt a lot of people.
Oh, yes, me hurted people before.
This is not what, but but you seem nice, right? You're friends with
Yeah.
other goblins.
Whenever me kill the rat, me bite its head very quick.
Well, but you're also killing the rat for food, right?
Sometimes just bored. Me hungry.
Some. Yeah, I'll give her a
Me want to eat that
in
one.
quotation. No.
Me
He's
want
our
to
friend.
eat.
And you can't eat him,
Right.
but you can have this.
Kinrob comes out of the shop. What's going on here? What are you loitering around? Ah, what have we here? Hello there, little one. Huggybug runs. Oh, kids have a wild imagination. Look, you found one. An orphan. So, did you change your mind about trading? I thought you didn't see any orphans around here.
We never said he was an orphan. We merely found him and he wanted to walk around with us.
Well, you have a good day now. He walks in and closes the door.
You know, you're very good at sounding ominous for no reason. I'll kind of say that.
I do believe that
outside
there
the
was
door.
a thought lost in translation.
You hear him like sort of humming behind the door.
See, Huggy Bug, he didn't come after you or anything. He just wants to make sure you're okay.
I don't trust him.
I mean, I don't either, but I rolled. I'm supposed to, because my insight check told me to.
Me want to go. Oh, you got me, Dolly. Oh, my favorite. Yeah, you take this. And Huggy Bug gives you a turquoise dolphin figurine. It's just a small figurine, blue in color, a little dolphin. She snatches up the doll.
Where did you get this?
Me found it under the rocks. Me
Could you show us?
You hungry and me no like gobbler.
I mean, you really shouldn't be off by yourself. There was a big battle that took place. I'm sure you heard it. And I'm not sure how many other goblins made it out alive.
Where you go now?
We are going into more danger, so it wouldn't be safe to travel with us.
Right now? You're not hungry?
Yes. Not right now, no.
You want to come my house?
We have some things we need to take care of. Our friend, and I'll motion towards Brew, he needs help. So we need to go see somebody about him.
Oh, who you go to see?
Prita Creepa?
Oh, witchy lady. She make a monsters.
Yep. Yes, she does.
We can take you there.
Oh, I know where it is. It's okay.
Well,
Are you
no.
sure? This place is pretty maze-like.
He can take us. Trust me.
Come.
I can recall the way if I've been there before. Really, I can.
Oh, it's okay, come. Me show you. Near my house.
Well, this way we can keep an eye on it until we're ready to go.
Alright, you guys go with Huggy Bug over to Prita Creeper's house. I'll move you guys. Head through the winding streets. Several hundred feet. Take a left. Wind through where you found Huggy Bug. Through more of the streets. No presence of any life. And then finally you reach the street leading up to Prita Creeper's little hovel. You can see the small braziers lightly burning and illuminating the pathway. See like the door open ajar and the hunched figure of Prita Keeper moving around. And that's where we'll end for today.
Alrighty.
All right.
We should try and figure out what we're gonna have to give her. Last time she wanted spell books.
No
Oh,
sign
she'll
of no sign of any drow as well as you guys make your way through the streets. No sign of anything.
She'll probably want the kid. Or something like that. I imagine.
But hey, we didn't die.
We didn't die.
Yeah, that's true. We didn't.
We really just need a long rest, right? Like, you know, we don't need to trade the kid.
Well, we'll see what Pretty Creeper has to say, and then we'll go from there.
Also, I could roll a alternate goblin character if necessary.
No, you know what? I'm really liking how we're chewing through their forces and just kind of like, you know what? Fine, you want to throw everything at us? Fuck you. We're just gonna wipe you out.
Indeed.
I don't know. I feel like this was more self-preservation than anything else. If we could have went without having to kill everything, we probably would have.
Well, if you didn't, then they'll take over Skullport and then Waterdeep.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, Seb.
Yay! I'm gonna go
Yeah,
have
I'm
dinner
such a
now.